Big up, big up, big up, and welcome to the Over 12 Man Show. We are live and direct with JK and the Irishman, and we might be joined by Lee pretty soon. Definitely. Selena, pleasure. Red Armchair supporter, big up to you too. What a day. What a day. I'm still dealing with some of the after effects of the election in my country, but I'm also now still dealing with trying to keep upper lip, I guess, for the ones that took place over the last couple of days, which is a lot of great wins and certainly a great win against a beloved former player too. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get some ratings in. JK, how are you doing today?
Mm-hmm. All good, bro. All good. And one thing, if voting made any difference, they wouldn't let us do it.
Right. There you go. That's one way to look at it. Big up, Brian. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well, very well. Sorry, you caught me off guard. I had kind of given up on you. Not giving up,
Yeah,
but I was about to. No, I was about to turn it off and just wait for you to come back. But sorry.
Yeah, the freaking my computer, like the Chrome, my computer did a restart update thing, and then it did like the Chrome update, and it took like 10 minutes for it to at least go through all that stuff. It was a pain in the butt. A little frustrated, but I'm here, and I am. It's cold one. It's a cold day for Arizonans, I guess. Cold day for other reasons too, but cold day for Arizonans, and just trying to warm it up a little bit, I guess you could say, by bringing my Reds together so we can talk about some of the things that we saw in that 4-0 win over Leverkusen. You know how they say we haven't played anyone yet, so I'm wondering when that narrative's going to go away, but we are still top of the league in both leagues, whether it be Champions League or whether it be the Premier League. And it's a great day for that. For football matters, it is a great day for certain.
It's been a good day, bro.
Big up Abdul, and big up to Bernie, by the way, too, and Red for Life. I see you.
Bless Red for Life, Bernie.
Dara, big up. It is freezing. It is. Cold day for us, at least. Not maybe for others, but it's a cold day for us. So, Brian, what were your I know that you weren't happy to see, like we did a match reaction. I know you weren't happy to see the sad Alonso, but was there a good feeling? Was there feel good moment of that game to you? What was it? And what was it? If you had one. Big up Callum, by the way, too.
That thing, the feel good thing. Yeah, the no look goal, that was a nice touch. Yeah. The Diaz thrown in a no look finish in you would imagine in tribute to Bobby, or whether just in a nod to Bobby. That was nice. Yeah. That the little cool. No look, that was a nice.
He did it against Arsenal too, by the way. He did that. He did a no look against Arsenal as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. In the FA Cup. In the FA Cup, he did it. Yeah.
Yeah. And for a person to do a no look, they've got to be confident in their own game.
You gotta be confident, because
You
if
know
you
what I mean?
miss it, you are
You are gonna get it.
yeah, it's not gonna be a happy reception for you.
Yeah, but Bobby and Lucho is the type of guys who can do that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah. How about
Yeah,
for
but
you?
nobody will ever beat Bobby's. The way that Bobby used to do it was just, there was just something so funny about the way he used to.
Oh
you know,
Yeah.
Bobby is definitely the master of it. Like,
Yeah.
because it's pointless anyway. But the way, like, he just had a way of doing it in the most kind of pointless, funny way. That was Bobby, man.
Yeah. Bobby did it with a smile. I think that was one of the enjoyable things whenever you saw Bobby do it. Because I think Bobby's done one against Arsenal. He's done one against he did one against Crystal Palace, I believe. I think he did one other one too. But the no look goal that you're speaking on, I do remember those distinctly when it comes to Bobby. For you, JK, what was your moment? And tell us in your chat too if you have a feel good moment that you want to share. Definitely share it with us so that we can talk about it. Maybe relive it with you. But JK, what was your feel good moment?
Yeah, like the whole occasion yesterday, it was like bonfire night, fireworks going off everywhere. It was European night at Anfield, the cliche saying and stuff. And I think that second half, sort of, we just, I don't know, we stepped up to the occasion. So for me, it was when Diaz wrapped his hat trick up when he got the third goal. That was just like the special moment of the game.
Okay. When he scored the hat trick, when he actually got it.
Yeah.
That was a feel good one. Okay. Yeah. There were some great ones. I actually thought Brian would have said the flying header from the Flying Dutchman. Actually, probably would have been one. I'm sure it was one of his.
Yeah, the Gapco gold. Wow.
Yeah.
The actual move. Actually, you know what, bro? You just twisted my arm there. Like, yeah, that goal there, the teamwork and everything involved in the goal, our three forwards all combining to get that goal. Like, yeah, I think that's my moment of the game. Nice one.
I was going to say there was a lot of moments in the game, but for me, I think, and it's not that this isn't a testimony like of saying that they don't turn up or they don't play well or this or that, but I think one of the feel good moments for me was when hearing the Anfield crowd somewhat inspire our team onto the higher aspirations that they were like going through. I think that was like a feel good moment because I mean we've been told so much and we can hear it for our own ears and see it sometimes with our own eyes. That it's a little bit different energy sometimes, or has been as of late at Anfield. But I'm sure Norm could tell possibly us even better, or even some of the other Reds in the chat that do go to the games. It was cool to see Liverpool be inspired to just go for the jugular basically and just keep hitting them, despite the fact that they could have held on to just a 2-0 lead and just held on to that and going forward, but with the vibes and with the inspiration, it just like it took their game from 10 to 11 in essence, when it came in that second half, because there could be an argument that the first half was come say say. I'm not gonna try it. I was about to try my little French, but a little bit this, a little bit of that, basically.
What do you mean?
Like it was.
I think that's what you mean.
Two teams kind of like trying to find each other out. Brian put it that way. At least it was a good way of like shadow boxing, and I think it was the term he used yesterday. And
comme ci, comme ça is what you're talking about.
Yeah. We say it again.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Comme ci, comme ça. Yeah. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. Comme ci, comme ça means like a little bit of this, a little bit of that type thing. But what was what did you not see that, or did you agree? Do you agree that Anfield was truly I think Brian even put this way too. The 12th man yesterday, we're really inspired to be that 12th man yesterday. I get it's a little bit different settings under the lights, than a 3:00 game maybe or something like that. But they really brought it, actually. And I was happy to see that. JK, did you have a feeling about on that?
Yeah, like for me, the atmosphere yesterday was pretty good. The way you never walk alone at the start as well. You just special. You just felt special, I just felt that the whole occasion was special yesterday. Alonso coming back, and but like let's take away the first half. The first half was like a non-event, but the second half sort of just wrapped the whole game up. And I think the crowd did pretty well yesterday. It was good to see. I think it's been said that like European nights are more like locals coming to the game and stuff. Because like weekend games, a lot of people can get away around the world and come over and stuff. But like weeknights, it's pretty hard to get away. So they sold like more tickets to the locals and stuff as well. So the atmosphere is probably a bit more like electric.
Yeah, there was a lot of another feel good moment is anytime the Diaz chant goes up. I love the fact that that Virgil, and speaking on when you said how when he scored his hat trick, the celebration was going on. They were all walking back, to their side of the half, and Virgil kind of like grabbed Diaz, turned him around, and pushed him back towards the cup. And it's just like, no, go take that in, and that's not the first time he's done that to other players too. Like other players that have gotten some momentous goal or maybe an accomplishment or some type of achievement. And he'll make sure that despite the fact that they might be humble or they might be, I don't want to say shy, but humble at least, he'll make sure that they go out there and soak it in a little bit, because that feeling is, I'm certain, is intoxicating in one way or another. I'm certain.
But I don't think anybody has more older brother energy than Virgil. He's just the ultimate big brother. Like, it's just always looking out for people. And he's the first to kind of, not to criticize, but he's the first to kind of let them know when they've done something wrong. But like you say, I've seen that before. Where he's kind of stood off. He's just the kind of guy that is constantly always in control and reading the situation. And you could see him hanging back going, right, I know this guy, he's shy, he's going to walk away, because that'd be typical Lucho. So he's just there going, no, he steps in like the older brother should and say, no, go and get your actual, go and take your own special kind of one-on-one with the crowd moment. There's not many people score hat-tricks for Liverpool at Anfield in the bloody European Cup. Like, go and enjoy the moment. So he's always on the ball. He's always on top of things, right? He's always watching. He always knows, what needs to be done, what needs to be said to the right player at the right time. So that guy, man, give him the deal, sign him up. Another 3 more years of Verge, just, patrolling the pitch and putting everything where it needs to be. Yeah.
There is a lot of love on that pitch. Just as the comment that I just brought up from Abdul, that Xabi Alonso's touching the "This is Anfield" sign, always a red. He also, I saw there was he put in, or not him personally, but Leverkusen put in a shout towards us to say, despite getting, you can call it embarrassing, 4-0 is somewhat embarrassing of a loss, but with that said, they still gave a shout out to Liverpool to wish us success with the rest of our year, and it was actually pretty cool, the message that they brought out, like, as in, and it was from like the Leverkusen Twitter account. That's what it was. And I'd
love to know the last time they lost 4-0. I'll tell you, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely.
It was nice the tweet from Leverkusen.
I think it's been 17 months since they've lost an away match or something like that. Let me double check.
Oh yeah, we gave him a bit, like, Sorry, JK, you were explaining what they were saying. I think I didn't see it.
No, I was just saying, like, they tweeted, like, have a good season, Liverpool, and thanks for what's that word?
Thanks for the memories.
Hospitality.
Something, I don't know, like you know when you welcome someone.
Mm-hmm.
Hospitality.
Yeah,
hospitality. That's the word. Something like that. It was,
yeah.
That's cool, you know. That's like the way football should be. Like they got battered 4-0 as well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take their manager away.
Yeah.
And they tweeted that. You know what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah. And there's even talks about us trying to take some of their best players away. You know, like I do have a question real quick though, too. Yesterday, you know how there's always that talk, like as in there's the talk about, well, one of the main reasons why we got Nunez was because of his Champions League performance, especially against us. You know, there was the talk about how some of these players that we've gotten into the team are players that were they were players that made their debuts in a sense. You know, was there a player on that team yesterday that you said, "Wow, this player is a very incredibly talented player," and I wouldn't mind seeing Liverpool go for? Was there someone?
I think Mbappe was that guy. I think he played pretty well first half. The second half, they let in 4 goals. So, but I think first half he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Even Frimpong was looking sort of lively as well.
Yeah. I saw some people tweet that too. I saw some people tweet Hincapié and like, oh, sign him up now, get this player, blah blah blah. How about for you, Brian?
It's hard to say. I was kind of disappointed. You know, it's not like I wanted to see Florian Wirtz be brilliant or anything. You know, I didn't want to see any of their players be brilliant. You know, so I'm not kind of a little bit I'm not going to say disappointed, but we did keep Wirtz very quiet. He was, you know, on the fringes of it really. Like the guy that impressed first was definitely that guy Hincapié. A lot of pace. Dealt with Salah a couple of times in a foot race, which is you know, pretty impressive. He looked to be all action, really good player. And then Frimpong, but nothing we didn't know about Frimpong. Incredible running power. You know, that I thought he was genuinely unlucky with that handball goal because he wasn't trying to handball; it just hit his arm. You know, that just shows you sort of, oh, Frimpong, why does everybody think he's so good? Well, watch that because he can do that. That's what he does, kind of thing. That's one of his, you know. So again, very impressive. But we, you know, it was like you were saying, you know, shadow boxing for a long time, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 they're 4-0 down. So, well, how can you praise their defenders, or how can you say this or that? But you know, disappointed not to see as much as Wirtz. Again, like Dara is saying there, he like Boniface. Yeah, he was very busy, very powerful player, good technique, all the rest of it. So
the R&B singer, Boniface. He sounds like an R&B singer from the 90s or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 12.
I mean, I know exactly what you mean.
I like Romal. Like, it wasn't kind of like, I'm still very impressed by some of their players, regardless of what happened last night, if you know what I mean. I still think Ronaldo and Frimpong are class. I still think Wirtz is class. More like there's more there. I still think I actually really like Patrick Schick. And he's a very good player, very good striker. He was on the bench for him last night. So yeah, I think. But like I said, I'd like to know if Healor might be able to find out when was the last time they were beaten 4-0. Because I'd be surprised if Alonso's even taken a 4-0. You know, so this is one of, you know, it will be, I think he referred to us as a complete team afterwards. You know, he was very magnanimous in defeat, as you know, typical Alonso, said some nice things. So yeah, it was probably a bit of a shock to their system to take a result like that in a game that they probably felt they were still in after 60 minutes. So yeah, but I'd still say if I had to pick one of their guys, I would say Frimpong.
Okay. Big up Norm in the house. Big up to Norm. Bonkers in the house. Philip, good to see you. Well, big up Trap Joe.
Hello to everybody.
Sure. Big up the Cosmic.
No, bless bro, Cosmic.
Oh, nice. He's one of your
that's my bro. His birthday was yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's your brother.
Oh, happy birthday,
Oh,
yeah,
happy birthday. Bro, yeah. Happy birthday. We said it. We did say it yesterday
last
too,
night. Yeah.
But we'll say it directly to you this
like
time.
He's texting me Diaz 1-0. Like, you know, he's on his birthday. He was like, come on, you know.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. It's interesting to see what the people that were kind of already getting very critical of some of the players play specifically. Once we started to kind of, hunker down into going behind in a couple of different games, especially we got behind a couple games back to back, and then also going with the direct play of certain players as well, being very critical of them. I know that there's been there have been people out there that have been very critical of Robbo, very critical of Dom. There's been some people that have been bringing up criticism or bringing up some type of criticism towards Maka lately. We all know the criticism that Lucho has had to take on, and even Cody for that. But it is wild to see that redemption arc basically, go on. And, who knew it? If you give a player a little bit of time to like maybe work back to form from an injury, or work back to form from whatever might be going on in their lives, because I mean these people are human beings too. And you just have a little faith, maybe they can provide some real brilliance for not only the team but for us in general as the Red fans. And I think we certainly have seen that as of late. Steve Nickel predicted a 2-2. Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah, so did Brian.
That was my my prediction. 2-2.
So did
I went
Brian.
with 2-0. So
it's difficult to pick it up that way though. Wait, what? Too far. Just let them do their thing. With their revisionary history. I know, but that's the thing about it. Pops. I mean, like, look, I'm not going to get political, but like, if you don't sometimes bring out the point of that, you do remember what these people have said, that you do remember that they weren't the one, like they might be sitting at the table wanting, wanting to get the birthday cake or slice of the birthday cake too, but they were the same ones complaining about complaining the entire time as the birthday cake was getting made. So like, sometimes you have to remind people about that. Cause I mean, if you don't, then they'll feel at ease and feel free to just be that person at any and every time, and sometimes after a while it does get kind of like old, like I already went in on what did I call him today? I already went in on Don Cersei. You ever heard of Don Cersei? For all the Game of Thrones fans out there, Don Hussam was on, and he didn't really get into about his he didn't really apologize or anything like that for his criticism of Lucho, but I'm still on his tail trying to make sure that he recognizes that we don't forget. Some of us don't forget, at least. And Cersei is in Game of Thrones, they make her walk this walk of shame down the middle. She was a queen. She was the queen of the land, and then they made her walk the streets of the town and had to say shame, shame, shame. That's what it is for Don Hussam. Whether he's watching it or not, whether this gets to him, hopefully it does. I think it's shameful for what he says and what he does, and it's just something that I'm appreciative that the Reds in this chat, we might not all agree completely on certain players or the abilities of certain players, or we don't necessarily always agree with whether they should start or whether they should be on the team and this and that. But we definitely do it in a very positive, if not like a very, very very good manner. I don't know other words to use other than it is a very, very very good manner in a sense. We can actually have King's Landing. That's right, Edward. We can do it in a reserved and a good manner. So I appreciate the fact that we can have conversations without, calling people human fecal matter and stuff like that, like ridiculous things that, go way, way, way over the top. But again, we're here for some good vibes, very good vibes. Is there anything about the game also that you, I know you gave me your feel-good moment. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up about the game that you noticed that you wanted to definitely make a note or at least comment on? Brian, is there anything for you?
We've covered and we'll get into probably different things in the ratings, but no, I mean, it's just kind of, if you look, if someone didn't see it, it's like, I saw the thing there. Liverpool beat Leverkusen 4-0. Oh, geez, they must have hammered them. Must have been all over them all night. We absolutely weren't. Like, we were not. So there's kind of a half an hour of a game that we played, and the game before that wasn't that brilliant. So no, nothing that I don't know, unless I've forgotten something obvious, which would be pretty typical.
Okay, all right, JK. Anything you wanted to say? Anything else that you wanted to say? I should say at least.
Regarding the game, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like what it was. I was a bit disappointed in them. I just felt like
Leverkusen,
yeah. I thought they're going to offer more. And that the German lad, what's his name? Wirtz. I was expecting more from him. Like, I just thought he's going to sort of control the game a bit more and stuff. So we did pretty well to sort of nullify their second half. Like, second half, it was all ours. We scored 4 goals. I think the first half was like a little chess game. Not really trying both sides, sort of trying to work each other out. But I think second half, after the halftime team talk, we sort of went straight at it and got 4 goals.
Yeah.
So it was a good night, bro.
Very good night. I think that it's crazy because, like, what I meant is that the quote was Liverpool can only beat small teams. And then another quote was Liverpool have not played anyone yet. And that term is misleading because you can only play the teams that are in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, as in, you can't, you don't, it's not like we pick the schedule. The schedule is, laid out in front of us, and you have to win the games as you go forth. And let's be honest, no game in the Premier League, whether it's, especially if it's away, but no game, even sometimes at home, is a gimme. You have every team in the Premier League can play and win on their given day. So when you hear that and you heard all the disrespect, it was kind of like starting to get a little bit annoying. And then, whether it was when we beat United 3-0, oh no, United is United. Okay, we get it. Even though it's a rivalry game, rivalry games ratchet up a whole different vibe and essence amongst it when you're playing a rivalry game, especially when you're playing on the road. Okay, you're not playing at home a rivalry game, playing a rivalry game on the road. 3-0 beat United. Okay, well, that's not anything. That's just United. Okay. Too early in the season too. We then face a well-balanced, well-orchestrated team of Chelsea that was firing on all cylinders. We beat them 2-1. Oh no, well, Chelsea's this, Chelsea's that, Chelsea's, that's still not enough. We also had AC Milan in that run, right? AC Milan, the same team that just absolutely demolished their opponent in the Champions League there, Real Madrid. 3-1, same score actually, okay? But we went to AC Milan and beat them on the road at their grounds 3-1. Okay, cool. That's nothing big, right? We had Leipzig, very good team, especially at home. We beat them 1-0. Still, no real, hey, maybe you got something going on here. Go to the Emirates, get a draw. And I will admit, I would have liked to have gotten a win there. That would have been great to have gotten a win. But still, getting a draw against a very good Arsenal team, still, where they don't pick up any points against us, is a win for us, despite it being a draw. And then we go on and face former player, a team that's going on and was an invincible team, okay, during their Bundesliga run. Decided to only lose until they got to the final of Europa, and put 4 goals on them by 2 players that are just absolutely incredibly in form right now. And at some points of their runs with this team have been on the outs with some of our fans. Man, I'm happy to see this, man. I'm happy to see that the Arnie slot machine is actually coming up with 7s, across the board. And it's 3 clean sheets in our 4 UCL games this season. Shout out to Kelleher, by the way. I thought Kelleher has some incredibly, really intensely incredible saves in that game.
Yeah.
For those that don't recognize, I know not us here at the chat, but I'm just saying, for anyone that this comes, maybe happens upon this stream and they tune in, let me say, we are blessed to have a backup keeper that could easily be a starter for not only the majority of our league, but I would say probably most leagues. That's how good of a keeper Kelleher is. Some fantastic saves yesterday, absolutely fantastic saves. And yeah, there is something I was going to ask too about some of the play we did get to see. Let me say Red for Life bring up that one save. Yeah, Kelleher's 2 saves towards the end of the game were world class. He's terribly underrated. I agree with that. And his distribution yesterday was better actually. He was actually distributing the ball a lot better. Like I've seen him be so with some of his distribution in the game or 2 lately, but he was on point. He was definitely really locked in yesterday as well. And let me say this too. Shout out to our defensive juggernaut. You ever think he would ever say that about Trent Alexander-Arnold? He might not be bringing it completely on the offensive end for us, but if you've been watching him lately in his last couple of games defensively, Trent has been really, really picking up the slack and trying to put some emphasis, some underlining of that quote that he made for his defense. Trent is really putting in shift. There was the one that he had against Boniface, actually. Remember that? Boniface was in on goal. That could have been a goal, actually. And he would have been one-on-one with the keeper. And Trent was able to warrant it out of bounds. It was really good. Big up to Lolante too, by the way, joining us as well. Lolante, how are you doing, brother?
Oh, good, brother Toph, brother JK, brother Brian.
Bless,
Reds, we move.
Very cool.
We march on. Yes, man. YNWA all the time, you dig? And the rivals are getting saltier. I'm loving it. I'm watching with popcorn in my mouth.
Right? It's like the Thriller meme. You ever see the Thriller meme of like when Michael Jackson's at the movie theater in Thriller and he's
The popcorn, yeah. It goes that classic moment, exactly. Yeah,
that's what you gotta be for this, because that's what it is. It is absolutely very, very good to feel, good vibrations. And that's even going. I'm giving a shout to Trent, despite some article I read just before going online that there's reports that Trent has made up his mind. I don't think he has, but that might be just, again, Spanish journos trying to put in a little bit of extra salt into the game for us. So I'm not going to get into the Trent stuff, but yeah, Nolante, just joining us. Do you want to offer your feel good moment from yesterday before we go into a little bit more talk about the game and maybe get into some ratings?
Feel good moment is good. I've got two. Alonso touching the sign coming out is a nice touch.
That was right.
Yeah, remains to see. I mean, would it be a future Liverpool manager in the future? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I think the clear get out for me was the first goal. That was saucy.
Yeah.
Now, if that was McAllister or something like that, then that ball would be all going nuts about it. But Jones, that killer ball with the finish, that is what I want to see.
Definitely.
Killer
Shout
ball.
out CuJo.
Yeah, Lucho, that was South American flavor. That was a messy finish. That was disgusting. That was my moment, and that started the avalanche. And we started the second better, but that goal, I know it's only 1-0. That kind of killed Leverkusen, and then after that, we just outran them. And for me, right now, I would add is that Sobo, Dom, I mean, great respect, but Dom is just not happening for whatever reason. You just need to hold bench. Curtis Jones just needs to start. Just give him 4 to 5 runner games. If the next game against Villa at home, if he plays not great, don't drop him. Just let him get the runner games, and let's see in the next 4 to 5 games where he's at. That's what I would say.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Curtis Jones, absolutely great game for him too. Is really.
I'd like to see Harvey back in that role.
That's interesting.
I think he would, if he'd been fit, he would have played a lot of minutes the last couple of weeks. But it is what it is, and he won't have a straight into the team. But yeah, I would like to see Harvey back because, like we're saying, Dom not being up to scratch or not being up to whatever. But Elliott is another option in that role. He's really good in that role. He's probably his best. I think that's his best position, without a doubt. So I think we've missed out a little bit. We've done really well, but it's been really unlucky for Elliott. I genuinely think had he been not injured, he probably would have started at least 2 games over the last few. To give Dom a rest early doors and to come on for him and all that kind of stuff, I think we would have been seeing a lot more of Elliott. But like I say, it is what it is.
Are you kidding me? Villa, 1-0 losers. The Club Bruges.
I told you. I said it last night. Watch out for him. Watch out for that. I said watch out for that because they're on a bad run of games. They go there. Everyone's talking about how they're one of our biggest games. They're on a really bad run. I said if they go to Brugge or go to Bruges tonight, I said this last night, and get bet, we haven't. And this is a team that's on the ropes. I'm really confident.
We have to knock them out. We cannot.
I'm really confident now with these guys. I am much more confident than it would have been a month and a half ago when we were looking at this run of games. I was having, we're all going, oh yeah, Villa, really, really tough game. Right now, no. They are, they're in trouble now. So we need to go at them, and don't get them. Yeah, I'm really happy now to be playing them on Saturday night because whether it's tiredness or whatever, but. They've dipped big time. So
people were warning me about that, about them not being able to maybe sustain. I did see a video of what's the name of the Colombian striker that they have?
John Girard.
Yeah, and apparently he was like, he's being told Peter trying to do the best lip reading they could, but they were talking about he didn't look happy. Basically, he was arguing about something, and Emery was was like trying to go back and forth with like trying to like calm him down, but it ended up being like Emery's just like, all right, whatever, man, basically, and walked away from him. And like the report was talking about how he's a little bit of he can be a little bit of a headache sometimes when it comes to trying to communicate the message of what you want from him.
Very close to joining Chelsea. He was. That only fell through because of another player not being willing to make a move. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, Duran was near. He'd be sitting on the bench at Chelsea as well, by the way. But he scored a goal of the season contender probably there a couple of weeks ago. Then a couple of days later, scored another worldie. Came on again. Next game, scored again. I think he was scoring every time he came off the bench for about 5 games.
Yeah.
So, dangerous little player, but it's interesting to know. There's obviously a reason why he isn't starting for them, definitely. And if he is, like you're saying, a little bit of a character, then maybe. But like I don't want to talk shite about them, and then they beat us. But it's a good time. I think this weekend is a good time to play Villa.
Oh, it was West Ham. He says, "Who's Callum speaking on?"
Oh, West Ham wanted him. If you're talking about Duran, West Ham wanted him as well, but Chelsea tried to buy him as well.
Okay.
He was West Ham because he didn't hammer sign. I'm not sure what that means.
He did the hammer sign or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to get into any Nunez slander. I thought Nunez actually had a good game yesterday coming on, and he kept the energy. He was trying to get involved. And on top of that, I thought when the one shot that he had where it ended up, he ended up slipping on the shot. And then it was fortunate that Lucho was there to just pick up the rebound. You can say what you want about Nunez, but that at least made the goalkeeper have to react and at least tested the goalkeeper, even though the shot wasn't, I think if he doesn't slip, that's going to be a better shot than it ended up being. But it's still, even though he slipped, he still had to make a awkward save. And then, it just drops right to Lucho. And that's what you have to do sometimes is, even if you want to get shots on goal, but even if you do get a shot, you definitely want to get on goal so that there's the possibility of a rebound. And that's what we got out of it. So end up being a positive moment all the same. Stuttgart, Atalanta's going to be playing today. Sparta Braha versus Brest is going to be playing today. PSG versus Atletico Madrid. Inter versus Arsenal. I know a lot of people will be definitely keeping a peripheral eye on that. Feyenoord versus RB Salzburg. Zvezda versus Barcelona. And Bayern versus Benfica has been delayed for some reason. I don't know why, but it's been delayed. Maybe JK might have a little better information on that since it's in Germany with his links. But yeah, and that's what I look at as Trap Joe. Definitely, Nunez is a nuisance to the opposition. He needs more minutes. Yeah, he's going to get him with Diego out. He's going to get him, but there has been a call, and I saw it earlier. Have we found our new false nine? Is everyone willing to go on that? Is that a bridge too far, or is or are we willing to do? Or are we willing to do that?
What are we talking about? Diaz being the new false?
Yes.
I don't. I'm going to play with a false nine. I'm just thinking swap deal back to Portugal. Darwin Núñez, 20 million quid. Yorkes win the league.
Okay.
No. Look, if Diaz, like I said, I didn't like it at the start. Like I thought it was a real super tactical thing that he was trying to do, and it didn't look great for a while. And then all of a sudden he goes and scores a hat trick. So how do you analyze that?
Yeah. Yep. It's very difficult because I know a lot of people in that first half were we're not very happy with the results and the fact that we had tinkered with the system so much with putting in new players, but not only that, moving him around a little bit in places that we're not familiar seeing him normally play. But I agree with what Trapjo is saying, though, too. I think one of the goals that he got was, especially just the goal I just spoke on, actually, was a very was a very Diego-style goal in that Lucho, Diego, even Bobby, those players have such great football IQ that they're able to be it's about being in the right place. Like, as in, sometimes skill can get you incredibly far. I'm not going to doubt that. But you can have all the skill in the world, but if you're not in the right place to receive the ball, or you're not in the right place to get a rebound or whatever the case, if you're not able to pick up on those parts and points of the game, you're not going to be able to utilize those skills. So I thought that goal was a very Diego goal, because there's so many times that Diego's just in the spot, right at the best spot that you need to be. It's the same reason why I think he's so good at being a header of the ball, despite the fact he's not a tall body in the middle of the pack. He just somehow creates space and finds the right space to be in. Let's see what the chat is also saying. It's a South American trait, okay, or Portuguese trait. I don't know. Nolante, do you have a take on that by any chance? Oh, Nolante is on. Oh, he's off now. Good.
Diaz in the false 9 role. To be honest, man, look, he got a hat trick and that was good. But as much as he was, that was a great 3-goal strike. The first bit of it, he was struggling a bit, and not that to damn determination and effort. He was doing tactical fouls. He's just obviously he's pressing. It was just a little bit up and down. But no, I would, as much as regards news, I'd rather Nunes start ahead of Diaz. You can do it once in a while if needs be, if we've got injuries, vice versa. But more Nunes to start through the middle, and that number 9.
Okay. How about for you, JK? False 9, False 9, Lucho.
Like he can play it. I think he's the sort of guy he can play anywhere up the top, in any position out of them 3. But for me, like yesterday, it worked, so I would use it now and again if needed. When Darwin and Jota aren't involved, sort of take up that role, But football IQ, he's got it, same as Bobby,
Football
Yeah,
IQ
you'd
is what
want to
now?
see it for 10 games. You'd want to see anything like that. You can't just judge it on one game. If you show me a guy, say, oh, what about? Let's just say, for example, an extreme example. What about Trent at left back? Okay, cool. And it happened in a game, and he looked really good. Okay, cool. Right, let's do it for 10. Run it for 10 games. Run it for like 10 proper games. Let's see how it really works. We can work it. But no, but I'll just finish quickly. No, I'll just quickly finish. I just mean, so I wouldn't judge Diaz on can he do the role just on last night, but obviously he did look good last night doing it.
Right. I was going to ask, though, the follow-up question would then be, are you willing to take that gamble of, okay, well, it worked. The only way we're going to figure out, the way that you're suggesting, at least especially, is if you give it a good run. So do you give it a run?
Oh, well, that's another. Yeah, do you run it for 10 games? Well, that's another. Yeah, I was just saying, just hypothetically, I wouldn't judge you after one day in the office. I'd give you a week. So it's yeah. Do you actually go and do that? Is another. It gives you both of them. It gets you Gakpo and Diaz on the pitch,
right?
Which is what we've been kind of humming and hawing of, like saying, oh, but typical, 2 good players, but they play in the same position. like as we've been talking about this thing again, this will come back to me. People saying, "Oh, Brian hates Darwin." It's just like he started Jota, and as I said, like Jota and Darwin are completely different types of footballers, right? And he started a Jota in the role as opposed to a Darwin, like a Jota type of player as opposed to a Darwin type of player. Now Diaz is a much more Jota type of player than Darwin is, so I could see actually that working, but that would mean taking out Mr. Nunes, So, but that would be the thing. So, if the second follow up question would be, if I said, yeah, I would run it, well, if you would say to me, oh, well, so do you want to drop Nunes? It wouldn't be about that. It would be, yeah, I could see why he might do that because Jota and Diaz, I mean, would that give Diaz kind of a look, you can do that role kind of moment? I wish Chris was here because he could tell us if he'd seen him do that for Colombia. Has he done that for Colombia? Played centrally, played number 10 or any of that
He has played centrally for them.
So this wouldn't be the first time then that he's ever doing it.
Yeah, he's played right, left, and central for not consistently, but he's played all three positions up front for Colombia.
Yeah. Oh well, I'd no again if you ask me, yeah, I would. I'd consider trying it, running for 10 games. That was just me, but I would try it.
Okay.
Won't be against it at all. But again, the fallout there is dropping Darwin, but that's just a secondary issue. But yeah, I did like, the way it looked after a while.
Okay. That was a simple question. That was my simple question, like asking, is it seeing it worked towards the end at least? I thought it was also by attrition in the sense of I think it doesn't work initially, or it didn't look like it was working initially.
No.
But towards the end of that game, you start to see not only the confidence of Leverkusen start to go down, but you also start to see the intensity, the commitments that they were making earlier in that game. Even some of the runs and the likes, they were chasing the game more than letting the game come to them more so at the end of that game, I thought, and just the fatigue of it. So is it a thing maybe that I get we won't always come out firing the way what was that Europa game that we came out and we scored, like, I think Darwin was on a hat trick before halftime. He was on like a brace. It was a Europa game. It was early stages. I think it was early stages too. I want to say it was against
Bologna.
No, it was Europa. It was Europa. It wasn't this year. It was last year. Yeah, and we just came out and we scored like at least four. I think we scored like 4 goals in the first half or something. Like it was like a bunch of goals, and Nunez got like two really early goals, and then he got subbed out in the second half. I'm only referencing it as are we going to get starts like that? Most likely, no. The way that we play, we're not going to get some like 3-4 goal outburst in the beginning of the game. But not saying it's impossible, but it's unlikely the way that our style is. But I'm saying with the way that our style is, after a couple moments or allow time go on, different story maybe. Much different story. And that's what KJ's I don't think KJ's with me on this point. I'll bring up this point. He's saying he's noticing a pattern of us wearing teams out the first half. He says, I don't like it, but it's been working, so I can't complain. That's basically what I'm getting at.
No, that's what I've been saying for weeks now. I don't like the style of play.
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep and all that, I don't.
Yeah, Dr. Sleep.
Not that I don't like it. Sorry. Not that I don't like it. I don't enjoy it as a fan kind of thing. Watching the game for a bit of fun, kind of thing. It is very death by football kind of thing. So I think we're going to have to get used to that. Okay. I think this is what we're going to have to get used to. Will be this guy doing, like I said, people talking about different gears go through. I don't think we're going to be playing a quicker gamer going at teams more, trying to attack them more. Like,
right. Okay. Coming up on the top of the hour, people. Had a bunch of heads in the chat. I don't want to lose any of you before we get to our ratings. So I definitely wanted to bring up one little thing I did here before we do one little bit of news that I did here that kind of piqued the interest. I know that we're all there are those of us that think that we still need a DM, and there's those of us that think that we don't necessarily need a DM. That's not our top priority, but there is a name out there that has been circulating that we do need to, or a player that is possibly available, and that is, let's see if I can bring up this player's photo for you. Give me a second here. Make sure I have it ready for you.
And I just want to bring up a point as well when you have a chance.
Okay. I'm just going to bring this up real quick. So, this young man is apparently available for the January window. If we were interested in trying to pursue him. Now, the report has it that Real Madrid are willing to sell Tchouaméni for around 60 million euros. So in the 50 million pounds range, whatever the equivalence is. But 60 million euros is what they're looking to get back for Tchouaméni. I'm actually thinking of what I'd have to look to see what he actually got sold for to Real Madrid. Let's see what they bought him for.
It's about 40 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say 47. They didn't pay like huge whack.
46, 47, something like that.
Yeah, something like
I think.
that. They didn't have to go overboard at all. Yeah, it was.
I'd go straight for him anyway. Him and Gravenberch together.
Mm-hmm.
McAllister in front. Beautiful.
No, they spent 68.3 million pounds.
Really?
It must have been Camavinga that they got cheap then.
Must be Camavinga then.
One of them didn't cost. I know, like out of Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, they got one of them for like a typical kind of Real Madrid.
Let's see what Camavinga was.
Price.
But
so what are they letting him go for now? 12.
Yeah, Camavinga was like 25.8 million.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was Camavinga. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, 60 million. They're trying to get. They're not even getting their money back, obviously. But
I'll put a bid in for him. No problem.
You put a bid in? Okay, easy enough. Brian,
yeah, like him for me. Him and Gravenberch together.
Yeah, you're putting a 50 million pound bid for Tchouaméni?
Well,
does he fit? Does he fit this style? Do you think maybe, or because we're not playing what Real Madrid plays and what we play are definitely two different takes on football.
Oh yeah, but the player can adapt. Don't worry about that. Jeez, man. Yeah, I doubt we could get him. I don't trust that story at all. Like I said, when we're going to be playing Real Madrid, I said get ready for all the Trent stories to start coming out in the week building up to it. You know, that would be that's usually what happens. You know, two clubs are going to play each other, so it's a good time to bring out a transfer rumor involving both clubs. So yeah, there's always going to be like, this is Real Madrid. This is what happens. They buy a load of really good players. Good players don't get to play, and things like that happen. But it's very rare that they actually lose these types of guys. They end up selling more fringy type guys. So I think if we were to try and get someone like him, we would have to go there and take him, as it were, as opposed to them being prepared to sell. And I think it'd cost a lot more than 50. And also, but just purely on a player point of view, yeah, and it wouldn't matter even. I wouldn't even need to know where he plays. We put him in our squad. He's a huge addition to a squad, and he's a huge improvement in our squad. So he can play one of the midfield positions, but I can't see it happening at all. I'd rather actually, my guy would be, if I was to go there and take, would be Freddie Valverde. Freddie Valverde has gone under the radar a huge amount. He's probably in the last 3 years covered more ground than any player in Europe. The guy is a machine. He never gets injured, never stops, can play 3 different positions. He's Uruguayan, the whole lot. I would much rather go for Freddie Valverde than a Chimene.
Okay. I only scoffed at it a little bit because he's in the news, but he's not. Unfortunately, it's not for his. It's not for his actions, or not by him personally. It's because his wife is apparently.
Freddie Valverde
is. Yeah, Valverde's wife is in the news for comments that she made about the game and about Carlos Ancelotti and about just Real Madrid in general.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily positive thoughts.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's go and get him. So I just quickly want to something Trap Joe was mentioned earlier on, and it's not like I'm going to fight with Trap Joe or this. It's just he was saying like he's very worried about Real Madrid taking out their frustrations in the league on us at Anfield, and we really need to take this game seriously. And there's been some back and forth or some conversation going on. All I'd say about it, we could play the kids against Real. Now, I know nobody wants to get bet 7-0. Nobody wants to get humiliated, all those things. That game is completely and utterly, it's irrelevant. If you look at our points total right now, we need one more win, and we're guaranteed top 8. Right. We don't have to beat one more win, and we are guaranteed top 8. Like what we've done now, we don't need to worry about having everyone full strength for Madrid or anything like. We can concentrate on the league now. We only need one more win in this Champions League, and we will be. And it doesn't matter whether you finish first, second, third, fourth, or eighth. You'll go straight in. You're not seeded after that, and then everybody else has to fight it out after. We're guaranteed. We're done. We don't need to beat Madrid. We do for pride and all that, but one more win in how many games have we got left in the Champions League? In our group, I think it's at least. I think it's 4. We played 4 now. We
played 4, so there's 8 games you play in total.
Yeah, so there's another 12 points up for grab. All we need is 3, and we're guaranteed. So yeah, we don't need to worry about Madrid. We can plot around and pick our best teams. We put ourselves in a brilliant position. So the Madrid game, of course, we want to win it, but it's in no way important. For us, it's not pivotal. Yeah, we've got this, man.
I disagree, but I understand what you're saying.
No, I just mean from a points total. Yeah, from a not wanting to lose the game or anything.
No, not from even that perspective. I mean, like that perspective is a part of that perspective is a part of my reasoning. But if we can somehow contribute towards Real Madrid not making this next round of this tournament, let's do our part. So that's why I say, like, if we have this team is down, not only from a moral perspective, I agree. Like from a moral perspective, it'd be great to have revenge on Real Madrid. It'd be great to like kind of, embarrass the team that's trying to, take one of our best players. It'd be great to induct a little revenge by scoring 3, 4, 5 goals on them or something like that. Be fantastic. But I'm just saying that from my perspective, right now, Real Madrid sit 19th in this league, in this Champions League format. 19th. I don't think many of us would have expected that. And if we can add another L to that list and push them even further down into possibly getting relegated out of the Champions League,
no, but I just wanted.
I would
just
say do it because we're one of the few teams. We're one of the big teams that they'll be facing. So if they get a win against us, it is more of an assurance that they'll get into that next round.
But I was just trying to say to Trap as a point of view from all of that goes in one box, but purely from a point of view of needing to beat them to qualify. We don't. That's all it meant. Mm-hmm. We do not need to beat these guys. Mm-hmm. The result will be irrelevant. But yeah, all the other stuff, of course. You want to I want us to go out there and trash him 5-0. But I'm saying, like he was just saying, he was really worried about. But don't worry about that, dude. We basically qualified from this one. And look, the way they're playing, the way we're playing, that should probably take care of itself.
I guess
mean, even if they end up in their qualifying, they'll get through that because they'll get it. They'll get 2 games and they'll end up in the thingy at the end of it. But just in terms of what we need to do, like we don't have to stress about, getting players back fit or anything. That we're cool now. We pretty much done our homework early. Everyone else will be scrambling late to get it done. We have the points on the board and it's only November.
We could give them a loss and then they have to go, their next game after that would be against they'd have to travel to Italy and get some type of result against Atalanta. And they could be.
No, they will. But I was talking about purely from a points view on it, just in terms of us needing to beat them to qualify. We don't. It was just really the point I was making. To work, we don't. I don't do you expect them to come and even overnight? They're still the team that they are right now. I'd still expect us, even at our worst, even if we did make a few changes, to probably give them, maybe beat them at Anfield. Yeah, I don't know. I don't talk ill about it. But I don't like talking about Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah, no, these boys, because everybody just gets so it starts reminding people of Champions League finals and things like that. And it's like. Sad
yeah, we don't. I mean, that's again reason, even more reason why I want to beat them. It's not. Even if we didn't,
let's beat them in the final, though.
I know that we don't. We're playing with basically house money. I understand that, but I mean, playing with house money, I say go out there and try to win it.
I'd rather legitimately knock them out, though. Knock them out in a knockout. I'd love to beat them in a semi or a final. That's when I'd be holding it back for. Yeah. That's proper. That's some proper revenge, but that's probably asking a bit too much.
I think that might be. Then, yeah, them getting to that stage is different settings for them. The one unique thing about these settings lately with this new format is that various teams that you don't expect to get results can get results on their given day, whether it's away or at home. And we've been seeing that. I mean, again, I don't think many of us had Lille beating Real Madrid 1-0, but Real Madrid had traveled to Lille. They probably overlooked the game or looked past the game and end up with a 1-0 defeat. It is not. I want Real Madrid to go through misery and pain.
That's what I'm saying. If we win, I'd rather stop them even qualifying for the next round anyway.
Exactly.
They might even lose a game after. So that's the way I'm looking at that next game.
Exactly. So. I look at it as because of our fortunate position, again, the term I use, house money, but because of our fortunate position, I'm saying, hey, I still would want to put all my cards on the table to beat this team and really get a marker as to what this team has to offer, going against, again, one of the best in the world. So if it's an opportunity to even see it that way, I say.
Oh yeah, and please don't misquote me here. I'm not saying I don't want us to. Please, I've just said from my whole thing from the start was we don't need to qualify. Was the only point I was making. I'm not sitting here going, oh, I don't care if we beat Madrid. I don't think we need to. All I said from the start was that we actually don't need to. We have so many points on the board now. We can sleepwalk this one home. You know, Madrid, all the boys, we can almost not forget about it, but we don't need to worry about this. So if it comes to a kind of, oh, we've got this game here and we've got that game there, one's a Champions League, one's a Premier League, we can now focus on that Premier League. You know, because, and I think that's a good thing. You know, we put so much, all the foundations now at these points that we can, like you say, it's house money. And we can concentrate getting our guys ready for Premier League games that we, you know, so we don't need to stress about Real Madrid.
Right.
Don't need to stress about these things.
Right. Let's get our ratings ready to roll. Pretty much ready for this. But I also wanted to show something as well. There was an interesting statistic out there, and it was about our Grava out there. Ryan Gravenberch has won possession 26 times this season in the UEFA Champions League, the most of any player in the competition. That is, for someone that I was told, and I know that picture's very small, so let me make it bigger for you guys there. For someone that I was told, and this is according to Opta stats, for someone that I was told cannot play defense, for someone that was on the outs, again, just another player part of Scapegoat FC last year.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to say K-Mac then. Not This guy has sort of, you know what, him and Capco and like even Diaz and Curtis Jones, for example, them four guys there, they're the sort of guys who have had a little bit of stress from the so-called true Liverpool fans, you know, also give little jibes to them and stuff. And like them four guys in the last weeks have all stepped up and sort of kept us on track, you know, especially Capco. Capco was getting like so much aggro. And I'm thinking, imagine he ended up at United, did nothing at all. At least with us, he's scoring goals. He was top scorer in the European, in the Euros in the summer as well. So for me, him doing what he's doing right now is such a nice feeling after all of us guys, me, you, 12, Brian, sort of backed him, you know. Like we've had this conversation a few times about like they were just dissing Dutch players and stuff, not knowing our best players.
That was
our captain is Dutch.
That was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
The whole narrative of like, because what is this Dutch style, and it was the whole like, you know, because you know, Pep Lijnders this, and you know, and he's brought too much of a Dutch influence to the team, and I'm just like, our Dutch players.
You can never have
players are some of our best players on this team
at the moment.
Have
all the Dutch players.
Huh?
No, you can never have too much of a Dutch influence on a team, as far as I'm concerned. Really, no, you can never have too much of that.
I like it.
Like I don't know. I get lumped. I've noticed that sometimes whenever I bring up Pep Lijnders, people seem to think I'm one of those people. I'm not. I just genuinely don't think he's that good. I don't care if he's from Iceland or Germany or Ireland. If Pep Lijnders was Irish, I'd say I don't think he was a good mix. I've always said it. I don't think him and Klopp were a good mix.
Yeah, it was
nothing about Lijnders, nothing about Klopp. I've just said that their styles. He tried to change his style and marry it up to a newer style, and he was using Pep Lijnders. So it was working out with him. Kovac, I just think it made our style of football less fun to watch. But you know, the Dutch, there's no
disagree on that one. But okay, that's your opinion. I got you.
No, us under Lijnders with Klopp. I mean, the Klopp Kovac.
I know. I'm saying that's your opinion. That's not. I do not hold that opinion in any.
I feel like I'd rather you look.
Klopp but you're a Lijnders. Yeah, but see, you're no. Hang on. But see, you're a Lijnders fanboy. You get real uppity whenever anybody mentions Lijnders. I don't know why. Like,
because I think that people don't recognize the fact that one, Lucho is here because of highly influenced by Pep Lijnders, for instance.
But that's a transfer.
I know.
No, but that's a transfer.
I agree. I mean,
I just talking about the style of play.
Finish my thought. Those are transfers. I get it. Those are having influence is a part of being a good coach, or a part of being an important part of the coaching staff. Is being able to influence players to believe in your system and also believe in coming to the club. Like, as in, there's also, some players will come simply for, other reasons. Maybe they just want for the allure and the history and everything else, and the heritage of the club. But there's also, if you got to give a vision, you got to give what you're going to actually bring. And Pep Linders was a part of bringing in Lucho. He was on the ski trip when he got a call about Lucho possibly going to Spurs, and he made a phone call to Lucho to talk him out of it in Spanish, because he speaks like 5 or 6 different languages, something like that. Spoke to him in his native tongue and helped convince him to come to Liverpool. But that's just Lucho. There's other players too. Cody had a hand with Cody.
But I just but you're talking about
again. Let me finish my point. I know. No. Let me finish my point.
I'm just saying style of play.
I'm going to go into the other part of what I'm saying about Pep Linders is that Pep Linders also, the style of play that he tried to incorporate into the team was also the same style that created the 7-0 victory against Manchester United. It's the same style of play that did adjust and adapt towards other teams changing their formations or their strategies or structures to take on what Jurgen was doing here already. So our system continuously changed, and I thought that Pep Linders was an important part of that in bringing in the adaptation. Otherwise, Jurgen might have just stuck with what he always knew and utilized, and he might have been out of the game a lot sooner.
Can I just real quick, all I said was I preferred the style of play, the Klopp and Buvac had. That's all I said. That's all it's like, do you like this card? Do you like that card? It's just I liked the style of play.
Okay,
that's all I said. But it was nothing about who brought in Diaz or one game against. You're not.
I think those are big parts.
Please let me. They're not big parts. I just said basically, do you like the way that these guys play or the way that these guys play? I like the way that they play. It wasn't about bringing somebody. It's not about transfers. It's not about really anything like that. I just thought.
I think I get it. Your perspective is saying what you just did. I'm saying you're welcome and you're able to have that perspective. My perspective.
Yeah, I know, but I don't need. No, but dude, you're misrepresenting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I didn't like.
No, I'm not representing anything you said. I'm representing what I said. Yeah. I'm telling you what I believe is important, Brian. So therefore, I'm saying. I know, but I'm saying Pep Linders' role in this team was important to me because of these aspects of his game, or not a game, excuse me, aspects that he brought to the coaching staff. Those are important to me. You're saying that you like the predecessor, right? And I'm saying that I think that Pep was better. That's all.
No, yeah, I'm saying, look, all those things are really super important. What I'm saying is Pep may have been better at what he did than Buvac was. All I'm saying is that the product that was served up in the style of play, I preferred under that. I didn't like the way Klopp was going. I didn't like the decisions Klopp was trying to make.
Right.
It's not just that I'm not sitting there. Pep Linders came in and made us play shit football. What I'm saying is, and it's got nothing to do with who he was on the phone to. Like most of our boys were doing that stuff. Pep Linders, yeah, they can have a word in whatever. But Klopp was the guy selling the vision of the club to people. I'm pretty sure, not just Pep Linders. But all I'm saying is, I prefer the older style of Klopp football.
Now you're just representing what I said, but I got what you're saying.
No, but Klopp would probably be the guy on the phone to people, but I just prefer the older.
Klopp wouldn't be the guy on the phone if he's speaking to some. Lucho doesn't speak.
Okay,
English
well, he doesn't.
If you're speaking to someone and
he doesn't speak Spanish. Okay,
right, and your coach. If I'm the coach and I have a coach that speaks the language of a player, he'll be able. And obviously, the coach has the same vision of what we both believe. He understands what we're trying to do. I'm going to allow for my coach to convey what it is that we are trying to do.
Okay, fine. In that one particular, he could speak Spanish, but the other guy was really famous for being able to do that as well. Ward was the guy. So all I'm saying is, I think that Jurgen Klopp was the guy that was selling the vision of the club more than the coach was. But anyway, all I'm saying is I preferred the older side of Klopp. Klopp would have gone with some other Pep Linders guy, whoever it would have been. And I think Klopp would have ended up abandoning his principles, ended up playing stodgier modern football, regardless of whether it was with Linders. That's why Klopp has basically stopped managing now. because his way of doing things probably has run out of steam. And I thought Klopp had probably run out of steam over a year ago. So when I talk about the Linders football, I talk about the Klopp Linders years. It's on both of them. I just think our style of play was much more exciting back in the day when we did Andy and Robbo bombing forward, but that's not possible these days. I know that, and he had to change and he had to adapt. But so when I talk about Klopp and Linders, I have them both in it together. I think Klopp's football was 1,000 times, by the time he left, was completely unrecognizable to the football that we were playing at our peak. And that's what I liked. And I'm not blaming it on Linders. I'm just saying he was the guy that Klopp was working with. He would have gone with some other guy, and Klopp should have probably just left and gone and played other football somewhere else, his style of football. It wasn't, I'm not blaming Linders for it. It's just, I kind of frame it as the Linders years. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't call it Linders football, but what I talk about is that partnership, that team that Klopp tried to change and become a Guardiola type, an Arteta type, and that's just not him. That's not his style. So that's just what I mean. I preferred the older style. And I'm sure everybody preferred, we're bombing forward, beating Barcelona forward, all that, throw everyone forward a million miles an hour shit. But we definitely slowed it down. And I just didn't think they were, when I say they were compatible, I just didn't think Klopp trying to marry his new football to the modern type of football, I don't think it worked. And I think that's why he's out now and doing this stuff. So
okay, that's your opinion. I got you. I don't agree, but I understand. I understand what you're saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't agree with your opinion, with your perspective. That's all. I have a different perspective.
I just say what I think about, like when you look at the bigger picture, I just didn't like Pep's sort of aura. I just thought he's looking after number one. It's got nothing to do with his tactics and stuff. That's a different story. Oh, his book was sort of one of the.
I know the book was very touching with a lot of people.
Yeah, that wasn't a good thing to do,
Right.
And I just feel like he was doing press conferences for the Carabao Cup games, so you could just tell he wanted to go to the bigger step, like be a coach one day and stuff like that. Yeah, and fair enough. Klopp
really
allowed him to work with him so he can learn that. I think that's one thing, but I think sometimes he might have affected Klopp's head too much. What I like about my manager or a manager is that he's in control of his decision and how he wants to do it. Yeah, he can listen to other good people and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's his choice, because if he gets sacked, if anyone gets sacked, it's going to be the coach, I mean, it's going to be the manager. So for me, I think Pep Linders, he wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I just didn't feel, I just liked it with Buvak more. Just felt more Kloppish, you know what I mean? When he went with Linders, it's changed. So a lot of things changed.
I just think that, like, knowing the history of why Bubak, like, as in one of the real things that he was angry about was that he didn't get more credit. He thought that Klopp was getting too much credit for what was going on.
I just think you need to leave. I just think when you're talking about Mike, you just need to leave the names out of it. Like, I'm just saying, it's a simple question for me.
I think definitely. I mean,
I'm just saying it's the style of play. I preferred the style of play that Klopp used to play back at Dortmund and when he came here first. It's got nothing to do with Linders. It's just the coach. It's the way his football evolved. Is the way I thought his last couple of years, our football wasn't as exciting as it was when he came in. That's literally all I'm saying. It was more exciting in the first, say, 5 years than it was in the last, last 6 years, or first 6 than it was in the last 2. I just thought the football was more kind of, full throttle, abandon, that type of heavy metal football. That was more enjoyable to watch than the stuff that it was much more enjoyable to watch than the Arne Slot type football that we have now. It's not just about Linders. That's really all the same. Like, I preferred the type of football we played between, year 2 and year 6 than the stuff that came later. Buvac, all that shit. Yeah, that went to shit big time. Linders left, Linders came back. Who was the coach, actually? Because Linders went away and managed that team in Holland. He did that for a year.
Mm-hmm.
and then he came back. Who was the coach when Linders was gone? Can anybody remember that? Who took over when Linders? Because Buvac was gone, then Linders was gone. So who took over?
I don't think they got anyone specifically in. Again, I remember. I think they just worked with Victor Matos and Kravitz.
They're just going to move people around a bit. Yeah, he didn't bring in a new.
He didn't bring anyone in. Yeah, not really. No.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah, there would have been someone that came in. Yeah, it's just like I said. I think
it says initially it was claimed he had taken leave due to personal reasons, but his split from the club, this is Buvac, was eventually finalized in January after reaching a settlement on his contract. By then, Pep Linders had already returned to Liverpool after a brief spell as the manager of NEC.
Yeah. Klopp and Buvac, they've been friends for a long time. That's what happened sometimes. They had a falling out. Like when you've been friends with, that was but that was the thing, they used to call him the brain. And if you remember back, there was a lot of chat that all these other fans were out there going, oh, that guy Buvac, he was actually like Klopp's a load of shite. He's just a charlatan. He's just like looks good in front. It's actually Buvac that does all the tactics, yada yada. And now he's gone, you'll be in trouble. And everyone's like, I don't think that's right at all. And we actually went on and did just as much afterwards. But we've gotten massively on track. We haven't even gotten to the rate. We're going to be on for 3 hours.
To reviews. I just wanted the whole thing about it is that like Pep Linders was like the 4th tier, I guess, coach at one point. Because this article goes on to say how Buvac looked as if he was not happy with the increasing influence of 4th assistant coach Pep Linders, basically.
Where is Buvac now? I don't think he's doing much either.
He's retired, I reckon.
Yeah.
Is he?
It says Buvac being jealous of Linders' standing among Klopp's back room which did in effect marginalize his own influence after close to 2 decades in the role, was a part of the reason why he left the team. And again, that's why I'm saying that I get your perspectives on all these different things, but Pep Linders has had the ear of Klopp for a long time, long before Buvac even obviously left. So what I'm trying to get across is that there's reasons why he was more than willing to take on elevating Pep Linders from a 4th tier assistant coach to the assistant coach. That makes a big
but I don't see the point that you're missing here, though. All I'm saying is
the point you're missing either. So
I preferred the earlier football.
I know.
But you're saying your perspectives on this. I'm not giving perspectives on anything else. I'm just saying I preferred the type of football he played about 8 years ago. It's got nothing to do with it.
No, you just said it. You just said that he left for a reason that he didn't leave.
But you're bringing up other things. So I'm just chiming in on that. I said my entire point is based on I preferred the old type of club football, which I don't think he could still be doing now. I prefer that to Linders, or Linders preferred the slot football, preferred a lot of types of football. Okay. That was only the point I was making, but it got turned into me hating on Pep Linders. It's got nothing to do with that. Absolutely.
Okay. It was. I was just okay. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to another subject, which is the ratings. Those I hope we enjoyed. You can put the popcorn down. Let's get into the ratings. Maybe.
Sure. I'll pop Gary finish. You sure you two finish? Popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Because I know I'm definitely alone on my appreciation of Pep Linders. I mean,
you're not alone in your appreciation of Pep Linders. I just think you're on his payroll, dude. I think you have a right to print that book or something.
Linders.
There's too much defense league going on. I think you've got right.
You know what it is? I just know, I just realized that there's a lot that goes into making a club work. Not saying that others don't, but I'm just saying that I personally do know that. I do know that there's there's play on the pitch. Obviously, that's where it all accounts. Getting the wins, getting the results, much like we got yesterday. But at the very same time, if you have a balanced harmony in the locker room, if you have a conjoined think tank, which is the backroom office with the sporting director and everything else, and those components of it, and also you have the components of the coaching staff all on the same page, all working together, all being on a high level. I think that creates the excellence that we've been able to enjoy. And I know what it's like to see a lot of problems go on in a club up front, or even just watching our club with what the things we had to see go through. I just appreciate it a little bit. That's all. And I just think that Linders gets a bad take, unfortunately.
Well, I think, like you said, for some reason,
I'm not getting any royalties.
No, I'm not trying. No, I'm not going to try. No, I was joking, obviously, about that. But I will say that, and this isn't like, for whatever reason, and it happens all the freaking time. People do it. Him releasing that book for some reason pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, it turned people off.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that not only the book. I mean,
everybody does a book.
Everyone does a book. Everyone does these master classes now. He'd already done a master class on how we play.
No, look, that's just where I never understood it at the time, and that's, like I said, it could be, his name could be John Johnson. It's not about it. It was about something completely. But whatever, that book thing really pissed off a shitload of people. And then I think what happened was some people realized how pissed off people were, and then started making YouTube videos about how pissed they are. It was a thing to be pissed off about. And like I said, man, everybody does a book every single year. People now, Jimmy saying it was a dumbass move. I mean, what was it? The timing? What was it? Was it because, like, what was the issue with the book? Because people are saying there, yeah, it was a dumbass move, don't like it. So what was your issue with it? Because to me, it was just a guy that these guys do books all the fucking time, make a few extra quid.
And it wasn't like he didn't. He got permission to do it. It wasn't like he just said,
Yeah, there was a load of people out there saying he was giving away our secrets. It was like, come on, man, dude, you're not giving it. That was the best excuse I heard by anybody why they were so pissed off. Was that he was giving away secrets. It was like, do you think he's going to tell you anything that we've either not stopped doing or won't be doing again in the future? Do you think he's going to, like, there's going to be like a list of our transfer targets in the back page? I really, that book, man, it really pissed off a lot of fucking people.
It really made a lot. It definitely got under some people's skin. But again, let's get into the ratings. We definitely have a number. We're already well over on our little sidetrack there. So I definitely want to make sure that we have enough time to get into all these players, excuse me, and make sure that we can get everyone's ratings for all these players done. So let's begin with what's that?
No, KJ, a comment I said after. Yeah, it's true with it, KJ.
Let's begin with Kelleher, as we always do. We always begin with the goalkeeper. Excuse me. Let me make sure that this is in a good place for everyone. So, Kelleher. What are we rating Kelleher? We've given it Brian. Brian, what would you like to rate your countryman?
Well, just on Pep Linders. No, I'm joking. You've got to give him a big one. Yeah, a 91.
I know I was going to say, because Pep Linders did have a big influence on Kelleher.
He doesn't speak Irish, all right? Pep Linders didn't bring him up and speak Irish.
Oh,
but no, he's got to be just. I gave him 94 for the other
He's
one. So I gotta give
probably
him
he's
excellent.
actually probably coached him more than Klopp has probably. To be honest with you, it's kind of wild. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. So we were moving on. Who's Sam claiming using? Yeah, anyway. 91 because I want to give him a little bit more than the other 90 again because he was better. Some of those saves. So 91.
Okay, 91.
Yeah.
Solid. How about for you, JK?
For me, bro, I think those second half saves where you had about 3 or 4 in about 2 minutes, for me, sort of just kept us the clean sheet. Because I think we were 3-0 up at the time, or 2-0. I think it was 3-0 actually.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, them saves were world class, like top saves. So for me, I'm going to give him a 90 because he got the clean sheet as well.
Okay.
Yep, 90 for that.
Nolante, how about for you? Nolante, I see you're off. You're not on mute, so give you a second.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
something with your mic. Okay.
Yeah, look, I'll say it again. I'm going to say it every time until the end of the season. We're going to miss him when he goes. He deserves to be a number one. He really does. And I'll keep saying that. And it's a shame because I'm thinking about I can't pronounce his name. Obviously, we're going to get. I'll call him Mam for short. I mean, if we got Alisson and Kelleher, do we really need him? If we could convince Kelleher somehow instead, no. But I understand Kelleher. We're going to miss him. I wouldn't go 90 though, because 90 for me is he got the clean sheet. Don't get me wrong; he'll get a higher rating. But 90 for me, he's been peppered completely, and he's made save after save, and he wasn't peppered, but he did make some, as JK said, some crucial saves. But all our defense, I mean, just a little spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, all the defense, in my opinion, will be getting 8s, no less than 80. So with Kelleher, 86.
86. Okay.
Shot.
I had him at 88, actually. Bring it up. But 90, 89.
The anti-agenda. The
We'll give
anti-Kelleher
him the
agenda
extra
needs
2
to
points
stop.
for being part of the clean sheet. I thought he had some great saves, though. He did have some really, really good saves. And like I said, he did do well with the distribution. Oh, Inter's got a penalty. Okay. Inter has a penalty or penalty for Inter against Inter. By the way, I don't have the game on in the background. Let's move on to.
Yeah, penalty for Inter.
What?
It's 0-0 in that game. They're literally the last second before halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And Oglu is stepping up to take it.
Right, with commentary. Let's go, Brian.
Ryan goal hasn't moved. Calhanoglu, icy, top quality set piece taker. You'd expect him to parry this. He's waiting for the whistle. Now there's something happening. Now there's something else happening.
Max, Brian beat you to it. On top.
Are we there? Yeah. VAR check now. Okay.
1-0.
While we wait for that VAR check, what are we rating? What are you rating Verge? No, Nolante. What would you give Verge?
Yeah, straight down the middle. Straight down the middle.
Indeed, Brian. Simple as. We love it. We love to hear it. Boy, this man. Listen. And again, chat. I'll say it again, like I repeat with Kelleher. In my opinion, and it's easy because we are Liverpool fans and we see him, whether you go to the game, watch him, etc. For me, and I know there's been quality central defenders in the Premiership era. For me, he's the best of the best. He's the best Premiership defender in history, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. But yesterday, man, VVD just does VVD things. And there was one moment where he had the ball, he had pressure. I think it's Boniface, so it works. And he just quickly, again, his little pass, he just stepped inside and the quick ball. I think it was to McAllister. It's just, you see, it's not even just his defending, it's just the little things VVD does, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, we'll have a bad game once in the blue moon, but yeah, man, quality. VVD, captain, we move 85.
Okay. JK, how about for you?
I had a good game, Virgil. I'll go with 85 clean sheet. Always gets like a 70-80 anyway. I felt like Virgil didn't really have that much to do as normal. But I think he was just playing okay. So, I'll give him an 85.
85, okay. Excuse me. Brian?
Verge, yeah, 80.
Okay. Easy enough. I will say for Verge then, let's do, I saw an 88 from Bonkers, a 77 from KJ, 87, excuse me, from KJ, 88 from Bonkers, an 88 from Jimmy. Jeez. Okay, I guess it's going to have to be an 88. The chat is definitely feeling those eights. So I will say.
There you go, Cedric. Got to make Cedric a mod. He knows what he's talking about. Virgil 80, Brian 90 for commentary. There you go.
There you go.
Cedric.
Make that man a mod.
There you go. How about for a guy that we didn't think was going to possibly play, or initially didn't think was going to play, by the looks of what the injury was initially, but we got the good news that it wasn't as dramatic or as we thought it was going to be, and that is Ibu. How about for Ibu? What would you rate Ibu, JK?
Like, for me, our best defender yesterday. He played top class. Like, you wouldn't even seem that he had an arm injury, you know. I'm going to give him a 90 for yesterday. I think he was top.
90.
Yeah. He was top yesterday.
Wow, okay. How about for you, Brian?
Is Max saying player of the season so far for Ibu?
Ibu has been the player of the season for him so far.
Yeah, 90. Geez, look, 90.
He has played well. He has
91.
played exceptionally well.
So I can't look. I can't go against Saturday. What I gave Virgin 8, I have to give him Rocket 88. Yeah, 88.
88. Okay. And Nolante, last but not least. What would you give him?
Yeah, I mean, fair play to Ibu. I mean, like I said, I would rather have started Joey to start, if I'm honest. But Slot did, what he did, and obviously the man in form and all that. So yeah, man, you had to do a little bit more than Virgil, I think. But again, when you can't test Virgil, you can't test Ibrahim. You know what I mean? So, man, they did the work. And Boniface, mate, I tell you, he's packing his bags, going back to Lagos. Trust me, because he got no change words. Trying to busy in the whole no change. Alex Garcia, no change.
Yeah.
So even even though the first half we weren't great, but they didn't really create that much. Leverkusen, he's just a little bit better to Virgil. He's done a little bit more work, so 87 for me.
Okay. A lot of high scores for Ibu. A lot of high scores. Jimmy again. They're all in the 90s. Wow.
Oh, everyone's
I thought Ibu had a great game, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops.
The chat
I have
is
86, but I can raise them to.
Yep.
89. Is that okay? Or is it have to be, do you think it has to be a 90?
It has to be a 90. There's loads. You got to give him a 9. Got to start with him a 9. Got to give it to him.
Yep. How about for Simi? How about for Simicast? Brian, we'll start off with you this time.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he got a bit of the Andy Robbo treatment there up against Frimpong. That was very reminiscent of Robbo v Saka, that one moment. But other than that, coped pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was his... it's going to happen, look, against good players. But yeah, I think other than that, was he as good as he was against Brighton? Probably not. Didn't get as involved attacking-wise, so... Yeah, got to put him under the other two. So I'll give him an 80.
Okay. Nalante?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Bryce, similar to what he said, so I'll echo that. Yeah, the Frimpong bit was a bit scary because it looks like Frimpong done him, but as we was watching it, it's offside. So yeah, solid to me. Yeah, like I said, agree with Brian. So really, it should keep his place. If I'm honest, 82.
Oh, that's the shout, isn't it? Does he get 3 in a row?
I believe he deserves it, bro. But I think for some reason, I think Slot will retire. Go back to revert back to Robbo. I think, but I don't think. I think Robbo just needs the whole bench at this precise time. If I'm honest.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's got a wide range of scores. Anywhere from 80 to 87 was the range in the chat. I had him at an 85. That seem fair with everyone's scores. JK needs a score too. JK hasn't gotten a score.
Yeah, I'll just give him an 80 as well, bro. Clean sheet.
Okay.
Played well.
Maybe an 83, I think, would probably be more 80s than 85s. Just going by the chat, more 80s maybe.
It's cool. Yeah. 83.
83, yeah.
How about for his right-sided partner, Trent Alexander-Arnold?
The man who can't defend. That should be one of those, the fourth in the Man with No Name trilogy, The man who can't defend.
Yeah. What about Trent? That could be a show too. What about Trent?
There's a never-ending list of everyone hates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everyone hates. Yeah.
Trent got 85 from Max, 79 from Bonkers. Okay. I do, and I'm interested to see what the likes of Steve Nicol, the likes of I actually kind of care less about what Craig Burley has to say, but
Jimmy, what's that typo, Jimmy?
Yeah. Be interested to see what they have to say nowadays. Okay, so all right, we're getting a little bit of range now. 83, 85, 83, and then Jimmy has met a 65. Okay. JK, let's start off with you this time. What was Trent's score for you?
Played well. I'll give him an 85. I'll give him an 80, bro. I'll give him an 80. Same as Mikas.
Okay.
Clean sheet. Yeah.
Clean sheet. Yeah, give him a couple extra points.
Exactly.
Milante?
My mate, Mr. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, look, another day, man. Yeah, if he's fixing up his defense, then you can push him in midfield. I mean, I'm only joking. Yeah. Yeah, no, look, to be fair, he was solid yesterday, and this is the trend I want to see. I don't want to see his lackadaisical defending, and like I said, man, he can defend, but he's just defending is just non-existent for a good couple of years. But whatever Slot has talked to him one to one, it's working, and I like the solid defensive displays. And yes, he does get beaten, but it's more in the couple of games he usually wins the battle with the winger. So if it's out of, let's just say 10 times, he'll win the battle. Let's just say seven out of the 10, and that's it. That's all I want for you, Trent. And then you do what you do. So clean sheet, 82.
Okay. Irishman?
Yeah, a lot of what Nolante was saying, pretty much. You know, it's like one of those kind of things, statistics. This guy is doing more of that. But then you look at it and you go, well, the whole team is doing, you know, it's sort of like he's improved defensively because not that he's defending more, but he's been asked to do more defensively, I think, but not as exposed. It's weird. He's now excelling. Like with him, some people act like a fullback was never beaten before, you know? Good wingers will beat fullbacks most of the time, no matter how good they are. And I think, yeah, he stepped up massively, but less explosive, less kind of 9 out of 10 performances. So, yeah, pretty much what people are saying with Simi. What did it give? So, yeah, just give him 78 as well. Yeah, 78.
Okay.
Couple of good long balls, I think, didn't he? He had a couple of good, typical ones, you know, to Trent, or to Salah. I mean, usual Trent kind of.
Well, considering he hasn't really been on form offensively to the level that everyone has him at. I think that it was good to see that he was making a little bit more accurate passing than the last couple of games for him. But
I mean, he can stay here and do that, or he can go to Madrid and be back up to Jude Bellingham. You know.
Yep. Yeah. True. So, JK, you're last but not least. What would you say is your rating on Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Did I say 80 for him? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I said 80. Yeah. Same as Imika's clean sheet. Did okay. Defended well.
Okay. So, Nolante, what was your score again?
82.
82. Just make sure. Okay. I feel bad giving him I had him at a 73. So we're gonna have to bump him up a little bit here. Most people are giving like well, Jimmy had him at 65, I had him at 73, Philip had a 77, Patrick 75, so KJ had a 83, 85 from Max. How we go for 77? That's the score for Trent. How about for Mac? And if you want to go into thought about Mac's game, because Mac's game has been transitioning a little bit. I don't know if you saw the clip too. I was thinking about when we played Brighton at Brighton. They're walking through the hallways. I don't know if you saw this clip or not, but they were walking through the hallways, about to go onto the pitch, and there were some stewards there. And the ladies were like, "Oh, hey, we miss you, and it's so good to see you." Because he ended up giving him a hug. And I'm sure there were stewards that he had seen time and time again when he played for Brighton. And CuJo goes, "Yeah, you could." He goes, "You can have him back," or something like that. And I was like, "Whoa, CuJo, that was ruthless, man. That was so ruthless." He was kidding, of course, but it was funny how he said it. Like, you like him so much, you can have him back. Something like that. I was like, no, we're fine with Macca where he is.
Jonesy, yeah. Total piss take,
yeah. You saw what I'm talking about? Did you see it?
Yeah, that's why people from Liverpool are very like Ireland like that. They just straight up just say shit like that to take the piss out of it. We don't care about complimenting people. We'd much rather take the piss out of somebody at all times if we can.
Yeah.
But he's just like, this guy you like, so fucking have him back. He's shite. You know, it's just like,
this guy. Oh, I like him so much. You have him back.
Well, he's got 2 goals in 10 games. So, get him out of here.
That was just funny. But yeah, again, for Macca, what are you gonna? We can start with you, Brian. What? Oops, I need to bring up the score. What did you have Macca at?
Well, you were asking us if we could speak on Macca's game.
If you wanted to, because I know I know Macca's been kind of ho hum lately.
Well, sure, you can give us the stats for the first time tonight. You can give us the stats. Give us the K-Max stats pack.
K-Max stat pack goes 90 minutes played. He had an XG of 0.17, 0.06 of XA, but had 51 touches, 33 out of 39 for his passing for 85%. He had 2 key passes, 2 for 2 for his long balls, 1 shot on target, 1 shot blocked. He was 3 for 5 for his ground duels, 0 for 1 for aerial duels, 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 3 tackles. Lost the ball 8 times and gave up 1 foul.
Yeah, it's he's very combative, really. It's hard to know. Has he dropped off? Is he playing too much? He's playing a lot.
Yes.
I think I said from day one he's finding a new role. I think he's been placed in a kind of role. So he would excel in the 10. He would be really good in a double pivot like that. When he won the World Cup, he played kind of deep and all that. But the one that we're putting him in, it's one that he's probably good at. Maybe doesn't get the very best out of him. That like central midfield role. I'm not really sure. I love this passing at the start of the season. He was really crisp. A lot of first time early balls from midfield. That's died down a little bit. So yeah, I can see him getting like we've been joking about it, getting kicked all over the place. Being the first guy to be down on the ground rolling around. So I don't know. I'd be interested to know what other people think, because it's like I said, I'm not the tactical expert guy, especially people in midfield. A lot of it comes down to what we're playing, what the other team are doing. But I thought from the start of the season that I'd probably either rather see him in a 10 or in a double pivot, not in the role in between. But yeah, I'd like to know what the boys think. Like I said, I know midfield is really hard to analyze, because I know there's a lot goes into it that we don't see. Well, I don't see,
There is a lot. There is a lot. Because, I mean, especially when it's off the ball stuff as well. There's a lot that we miss. What would you rate him?
Oh, sorry, a rating. Sorry. So I didn't even give him a rate. 65. Does that 65? Sound about right?
Okay. I don't know. It's in line with what the chat's saying. Max gave him a 65. Philip gave him a 62. Okay. Jimmy gave him a 66. Bonkers gave him a 75. What would you give him, Alante?
Mac, the Argentinian Mac. Echo what Brian said. It's been the roles, like you could, like the double pivot. You could say pushing further forward, and you'll put. First half again was a bit quiet. Being the last 3 games, really, he's been a bit anonymous, like quiet. Second half, he's more involved in the play. Him and Gravenberch interchange well. You got a shot off, which is unlucky. He was much more than Max. He was a game of 2 halves for Mac. So in that case, I'll just give him a simple 70.
Okay. JK, what's your rating for Macca?
Not really involved in the game as such. I'll just give him a 70, bro.
70, okay.
And KJ's bang on 70 as well.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to bring his score down. I gave him a 77, but we will bring that down like a 70. I think it's 70s. Legit. I think it's legit. Next on our list is Grava. I'm gonna have to get that clip. Survey says gravy.
Gravy train.
Gravy train. What do you have for Grava? Latte, do you want to start the shout for Grava?
Of course, about Ryan, the Dutch master, Gravenberch, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, Gravenberch, yeah. They say he's a little bit of a young Pogba, aka a little bit of a young Yaya. But there you go. Max, to your point with I'll just quickly, Max, with Mac, that is a good shout, Max, to be fair. And that's something which Slot might have to think about to rest him. To put someone in there, to rest Mac on one of these games because he needs it. Yeah, I thought Gravy was, yeah. He was good. First half, even though we had been down, he was still kind of holding the midfield down to an extent. Certain Bayern Munich attacks, he was holding down, And then second half, when we just took more of the play, Gravy does Gravy things, isn't it? He in turn dictate the play, and there was one run which he made from near the box, which obviously the movement up front was good to make space, and he's teed up Salah, which Salah should have kind of buried that or done better. So yeah, Gravy man, yeah, come on, 80.
There you go. Okay. JK, what was your rating for Gravy?
For me, another good game, bro.
What's your rating for Gravy? Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not funny. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'll give him an 80, bro, for yesterday. I think second half he was in order, he played well.
Okay. All right. Brian, Gravy for you?
Yeah. I don't want to rate these boys in the mid too high. Considering what happened for the majority of the game. So I'd still make it like 74.
Oh, okay. That's legit. I know my rating was pretty high. I think I was in the 80s. Let me see what I rated. I gave Gravy an 87. I was really high. So
Gravy.
I think I was high also because with his rating because he did have 3 key passes. No, he had a big chance. He created one of the big chances, and he also had 3 key passes.
He did have a lovely
it was
run.
5 out of 6. Didn't he? One of the things that I did give him that's why I gave him that stat, that Opta stat shout about he's in the Champions League. He's actually been one of the best defenders.
Yeah, we played nobody. Yeah, but we played nobody.
Yeah.
Sit down. We played nobody. Wait till you play Madrid, then you can talk. Yeah, that's it. We played nobody, man.
Yeah.
I've seen it switched around actually. In the last couple of days, it switched a little bit from Man U fans who stopped saying the "you played nobody" thing to saying, "Oh, Liverpool fans think they're going to win the league now because they won some good games. Oh, it's November. These guys think they're saying Slot's already better than Klopp. Oh, they think they're going to win the league now because they've won a few games. They try to change it around now. Nah,
yeah.
Nobody is saying. I haven't met a single Liverpool fan that says, "Oh, we're winning the league, obviously," and anyone saying, "Oh, Slot better than Klopp, big improvement." Never. But that's what Man United fans are trying to say now that we're saying, because they were the ones coming out saying you played nobody, and then we turn around and go, "Well, okay, look, we've beaten all these people now. What do you want us to say? We're top of the league." And they're, "Oh, look at Liverpool fans now. Typical Liverpool fans. They think they're going to win everything now because they beat a couple of teams." You can't win either way, man. You can't win either way.
You can't. Yeah, I had Grava at 87 bonkers, but all this, everyone in the chat had him in the 70s for the most part, other than you and Red Armchair Supporter, and Max had him at 84. So that's why I brought him down a little bit. How about the Scouts in the team?
Guy Mowbray's favorite player.
Wait, whose favorite player?
Guy Mowbray. You dropped out. You dropped out for a while, didn't you? When he got taken off, the commentator, everybody will remember Guy Mowbray for Match of Day, BBC. That guy, massive, big square head. That guy, he was commentating on the Liverpool game, and when Curtis was taken off, he said, kind of like almost definitive. He's like said, "Oh, in my opinion, Liverpool's far and away their best player on the pitch tonight."
Wow!
Oh,
wow!
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's a strong shout. A strong shout. I in the description did put shout out to Lucho, Cody, and Curtis as being 3 early candidates for man of the match, and Salah could be out there too because Salah's numbers were exceptional. But yeah, Curtis was in a. I think why you might not be seeing Maka be the Maka that we've been seeing is because Curtis ventures a little bit more offensively, I think, than does maybe Dom in his role when they're playing. So Maka has to like shade back just a little bit to provide some coverage. We haven't really seen Grava and Maka.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Curtis
isn't as defensive as Dom, even though he plays. Yeah. I know what you're saying. So yeah, a little bit. See, that's what I don't like. I hate us Brighton fans. How good was Mac in the 10? Brilliant. So, but hey, look, it's what it is.
Yeah,
what it is. I'll give him an 85.
85 from the
Great pass. Great pass for the assist.
JK. What was your rating?
For me, an 85 as well, bro. I think it was
85.
Top.
All right. Nalante, what is your score for Curtis Jones?
Yeah, I mean, CJ, man, he's won the shirt, man. He's our first team player right now. You know, I was watching the game closely. I don't know if you agree in the chat as well. He seems to me he's kind of sorting out his ball retention a little bit. He wasn't holding as much as he had in previous games. You know the frustration, like flipping out, Curtis. Release the ball, man.
Sure. Yeah.
Give it. It's on the man. Give it,
you
CJ.
Hold on to it for about a second too much. Mm-hmm. You know, and I thought
like his newborn baby, JK, just holding on to it a little bit too much. He needs not to let it go again.
Listen to the Rockets holding. But yeah, for me, like he sorted that side of his game out. He's a bit more like his runs now he's driving forward with the ball. I always like midfield players to get the ball and run with it. Like Gravenberch does it, he's doing it. Them two are like them two guys who do that. So it's good to see Curtis sort of. He stepped up in the last few games. That's what me and Twap have always wished. Him and Diaz, like for me, more like Diaz and Curtis to step up. And in the last few weeks, them two guys have stepped up, man. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Do you think?
I mean, there was a part in time. You guys could all agree on this part, or at least this statement. I think is that with that Klopp team, there was a point when he could have been argued as being the most crucial or the most important player for the midfield to work the way it did. Because there's a spot when he wasn't getting, Klopp was going with Curtis like consistently, and he was somewhat bringing that Ginny role, I guess you could call it, a variation of it.
Well, that's interesting. I was going to ask you a question, which kind of overlaps with that. When you think about like the comments that he made when Stock came in, like Klopp did use him definitely, but I'm not sure if he ever felt like I'm the guy. I was going to say, do you think Jones feels like he has more of a pathway into a team under Arne Slot than he would have under Klopp? Even taking in mind what you're saying.
Mhm.
Because do you think he would have thought Klopp will bring
I
someone else? You know, does he think I can get into this slot team and stay in it? Did he ever really like Keller was saying? Like, for example, like Keller has said. Keller said,
maybe.
"Look, I know I'll do well, but when Ali comes back, I know I'll be number 2." And he said, "I'm cool with it. I just know that's the way it is." Has Jones got to a point now where he's thinking, "No, I can get in this team, and it doesn't matter if Dom is fit or Ali is fit. This could be."
That's a that's a difficult question to answer. Considering what I just said, it's difficult. But even going beside that, do I think that Curtis can play in a pivot? You know, that was a question that had to be answered.
No, but I'd see him
I think he
in
can
the
play the 10. I don't know. I didn't know. I wasn't exactly the strongest cheerleader of him playing the 10. I was definitely saying he could be someone that we could possibly see as an option in the pivot. I definitely thought that, but considering that we don't really play with 8s, really, we play more with like a 10, and you know, and sometimes what looks like two
it's a 6 and 2 10s basically.
Yeah,
At the moment, it's a 4-2-4, but then you've got one guy. But we're not playing with a holding double pivot or like a Cruz and Modric or anything like that. It's one guy holding it down. But hey, look, he's been brilliant, right?
Brilliant.
He's been good.
Hey, ever since he's become a dad, his game has just incredibly intensified and gone to a whole nother level. So, hey, welcome to fatherhood, and also welcome to that new level of your game. Hope that it remains. He's definitely bringing it. Well, talk about bringing it. How about King Salah? King Salah. Let's go with Nalante. What was your rating for Mr. Mohamed Salah?
Right. First of all, 12. I'll just add to Curtis's rating as I did give mine. So 86 for Curtis.
Oh, apologies.
86. Oh, my apologies. I thought my apologies for not giving you a time.
No, that's good. That's good. No, that's cool.
I got sidetracked with talking about him.
Yeah, no problem. The front three. Interesting. Mo. No, the first half he was on the periphery of things. He was still there or thereabouts. He was okay. He wasn't like completely rubbish, but we just didn't do enough until the last, I'll say, 15 minutes. Touchy game is all right, but second half, I think what you learn with Mo, you can't go 100 miles an hour as he did previously, but he's learning to time himself. And again, like I said, he's a better all-round player than when he was 2-3 seasons. He was as a Liverpool. He's a better all-round player. I mean, 2 assists. King Mo, come on, man. We move 88.
Okay. JK, what would be your rating for Salah?
85, bro. 2 assists. You know what I mean? What a player, man. What a player.
Yeah. Premier League and Champions League legend for sure.
Yeah, for sure. He's just a football legend. I never thought he's going to be this good. You know, when we brought him first time, I thought he had.
Same, JK.
Never thought he'd be like staying for this long. And it looks like he didn't want to leave, bro. That's the good thing about it. He loves playing for Liverpool. You know, so but like a lot of fans didn't really realise how good this guy is, and the power, the way he stuck to his health.
I don't think he realised, Jake. I don't think he realised how good he was.
I think he's always known that. I think there's a side of him where he's always known he's good, because I think the stardom in Egypt, his own country, so He must have thought he's something special.
Oh yeah, but that
you get me?
first
So that
season,
adds to the fuel, you know.
yeah, I don't think even he thought he could do what he did in his first season, even in his wildest dreams. That first season is just incredible what he did, numbers wise. So yeah, especially like it never really gets talked about because it's not really a thing, and he's not the kind of guy. He doesn't really do interviews that much. Well, not on English TV, but the whole Chelsea reject thing, Chelsea failure, yada yada yada. He never really talks about that. Like, oh, did you have something to prove? Come back to England. Then you get the one season wonder thing. But just pretty much relentless. And I wouldn't be surprised if you went into his house. You know that thing we keep putting up with the all-time scorers and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if he had that up on a wall in his house, man. He's just going, yep, Henri.
He's just like crossing them off as he goes by.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Thierry, you're next, mate. Only 12 now. You're next, mate. Doing you this season. Getting there this year. No cool. Problem at all. Yeah, he's looking at all that shit, man.
What was your rating for him then?
Oh, sorry, I gave him an 80. 85, sorry, 85.
85? Okay.
Yeah.
I had about 93, to tell you the truth. Oh, bonkers. You and I are thinking alike. 93, similar to what Max said, 92.
I think the cross for Gapco's header alone was worth 90, yeah?
Give it a 90. Sorry, yeah.
Give him a 90.
Make it a 90.
That was wicked.
Yeah. That was football at its best for me.
I just love the flying header, man. We'll get on to it.
Top header. As soon as the cross came,
so many extra points for that. I'm just I'm giving away a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. He's getting so many extra points.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, that's what I kept on talking about the last few weeks about Salah getting crosses into the box. Like, come on. And I've noticed since Gapco's been playing, he's trying to get crosses into the box. He did this one cross yesterday. It was beautiful.
He has been. You're so spot on with that.
Yeah,
you're so spot on with that.
There we go. We're scoring goals.
Remember that there was a play where he brought it to his left and he ended up shooting with his left. It was a tough, tight angle too to try to get it in on goal. It ended up not being much of a shot. But I think everyone was all expecting him to do what Lalante says is cut inside, use your, and unload with your right foot. But he ended up switching it up because you do have to keep the defenders on their toes. They expect you're going to do this each and every time. I'm sure they're going to start guessing and start cheating a little bit to get in position to stop you. So,
but
Cody
it's boring.
Has been really.
Oh, sorry. I'll just say one thing quickly on Salah. It's boring. I keep bringing it up, but before we bought him, the year that they brought in Dzeko, he got 16 assists.
Yeah, he did.
He can do that.
3-5-2 formation.
Yeah, he can create. So, people say, he's just a goal scorer. No, give him a chance. He can create. Like, he won the Playmaker of the Year award, I think, the second season he was here. Like, his assist totals would, because he scores so many goals, they go under the radar. They're probably better than most, top attacking midfielders. No one talks about his assists. He's more than capable of creating. And if you've got a Darwin in the middle, then yeah, you need to cross the ball. Not all the time, not spamming crosses, but he can do it, man. Especially that outside of the boot ball, it's really good.
Cody, what were your ratings for Cody? Let's just for Cody. Let's just or you can say something whatever you like about Cody. About Cody, he deserves it, and Lucho too. We'll keep it short and compact for the subs. What was your rating for Cody, Brian?
50 points for a diving header. So beautiful. Such a beautiful diving 50 for that. And then the rest of it, yeah, he's got to be a 90. Got to be a 90.
Okay.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
How about for you, JK?
To finish off that move for Salah's header, Salah's cross for that header,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give him a 90 yesterday. I think Gapco was second half was played top. and he's on good form right now. He had a top week, probably his best week he's had at Liverpool. Scored 2 away at Brighton in the cup, was it? And then he scored 1 at home in the league game, and he got a goal yesterday as well. So he's doing well, man.
Mm-hmm. It was like an alley-oop slam dunk. It was.
Oh yeah.
Nolante, what would you like to rate Mr. Cody, Agent Cody, as I like to say, but the Flying Dutchman, Cody Hadbo.
Oh, top! I'm gonna counter you. I'm gonna that ball, that alley oop. I'm gonna slam dunk it again. Yeah, that alley oop with Cody from you to me. Yeah, man. Cody, he's doing bits at the moment, and again, I guess starting breeds confidence. He's getting the right positions. Obviously, the thing with him again. Yeah, at times it's just the only thing is just his wing play at times, don't be predictable, just go 2 ways. And he was doing a bit of that last night, and that's what I want to see with Cody. And he's just a danger in terms of shooting, he's a danger. And yeah, man, got his goal, man. And the link up between him, Salah Diaz, second half, that was a magical, and even with the changes. So yeah, man, 90.
Yeah, they grew into the game.
They did. It was a learning process. Yeah. I think what it is because obviously the first time Diaz in that role he's ever played in the role for us. So it's again we weren't great, we weren't poor, but it's just learning each other and they played with each other, but just learning as a free and adapting to each other in different ways. But yeah, man, it was second half. Yeah, the last 10 minutes and the whole of the second half. Yeah, man, that was we were balling out. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. We digress, definitely. That's all good.
Yeah.
91 looks like pretty much Cody got 82 from Max, 80 from Jimmy, 90 from Red Armchair Supporter. Panel had them all at 90s, so I'll keep them at a 91 for the score because we have Lucho up next. What would you give Lucho? We can start with the Irishman this time, then we'll go to Nolante, and then end with JK.
Well, yeah, look, the whole talking point, read the whole start tonight. Who's going to play where? What's he going to do? What's the plan? And it was Lucho in the middle. So, okay, it took a while to get going. Didn't really look too good. Didn't look very impressive. Looked a bit defensive, shall I say. It looked like he was there to do a defensive tactical job as opposed to be a guy who wins us the game. But yeah, that changed pretty quick in one pass, and then next thing you know, you're off and running. So not even a game of 2 halves. Like there was 1 hour of him just being like a real Bobby Firmino defensive forward type stuff, and then next thing you know, you're on a hat trick at Anfield in the Champions League, and Virgil van Dijk is saying, "You should probably go and celebrate there, man, because this ain't going to happen very often." What a night, man! Yeah, crazy. The last goal, the no-look finish. Like when Darwin, God love him, he comes in, does his thing, he slips. The thing it's on a plate for Diaz. Like, your luck is in. Like we're saying last night, just go and immediately do the lotto, because everything was landing. Everything was coming up Diaz yesterday. So, the no look, the finish for the first one, that is what you pay the money for. That kind of touch, that kind of skill. That's what you're there for. That's why you want to. That's why you watch the game. Is looking, but a touch like that, that's what we all would love to do, that we think we would do in that position. Just think it over him, But it was the opener. Everything. Yeah, I don't know. What could you mark him down for? Not giving him 100, But what could mark him down for? So 94. 94.
Okay. Nolante?
Okay. The first time in the chat, well, again, so might know this. He remembers all the chat, Brian. Diaz 100. Simple.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
hat trick. The finishes. There's the first one was
Boom
disgusting.
shakalaka.
The disgusting hat trick.
First 100. Is that your first ever 100?
That's 12. Is that?
I think it is.
I don't remember. I reckon it might be. Yeah.
I think it is.
A hat trick. He was there all night, even when he wasn't 100%. Man, he was at.
I was only Leverkusen. It was only Leverkusen. You haven't played anybody. Come on.
We were
Remember
playing,
that.
no,
Remember.
right. I mean, we were playing Preston last night, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right.
It didn't matter. Didn't matter. No, yeah. Like that was the thing we're saying. Virgil was going like, dude, go back and celebrate. Like this is a hat trick at Anfield in Europe in the Champions League. This is not normal. You know, not many people have done this. You know, so that's why he's really. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I'm keeping that 100. You know, for something special, but
no,
he's got to be mid 90s. Got to be mid 90s minimum for everybody.
I don't know what else. If we made a point about bringing up, or we asked this question before, and Mohamed Salah is the last player to get a hat trick for this team, right? And even that was years ago. It's been a while, considering we've had some high scores. We've had some really, really great play.
Before that Linders guy showed up, he used to score hat tricks all the time.
All the time. Exactly. Yep. But yeah. I have to give Lucho. I'm gonna give 100 on this one.
Keep it 100. Keeping it 100. Or as kids would say, keeping it a buck. Keeping it a buck.
Yep. Lucho was definitely keeping it a buck.
Jeez. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, Havertz.
He scored?
No, not yet. No, he didn't.
Good.
Havertz. No, just could have, would have, should have, as it were.
So let's just go to the substitutes. We're going to go through substitutes. Quickly. I'm not going to rate.
That's a good one, Philip. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Get the substitutes on here because there's who came in late. One of the players came in super late. 1 second here.
Yeah. No, Philip is just saying first Colombian to get a hat trick in the Champions League since Asprilla. What a stat and what a player.
Wow.
What a stat and what a player.
Wow.
Asprilla, man. Oh, pure 90s football. That is it in a nutshell. Faustino Asprilla. What a player.
Wow. Kwanzaa came in at the very end. I'm not going to put Kwanzaa in as a rating because he only got like a couple minutes. But we can rate, I guess we can rate Connor, Darwin, and Robbo, since they did come in at the 80th minute. They did get at least 10 minutes worth of play. And then the 73rd minute was Dominic. So I'll just do we'll go. I'll allow for each one of you to do one player, and I'll allow for the chat to do one player too. For Darwin, I'll let the chat go first. What was your rating for Darwin, chat? What was your rating for Darwin?
Diplomatic.
70 for
70 for all
three.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Bernie gave Lucho a 95. I see you. Along with Jimmy.
70 for Darwin. Yeah, it was 72.
72. Okay. 70, 72. Any more? Going.
Call it 70. Move on. Next.
72 is what I had. So let's just keep it there. Keep it at 72. I make it since Bernie gave
late one with a 70.
Make it 71. Nunez 9 just for the 100-mile-an-hour
I'm
runs.
gonna have to
for
drug.
sure,
I'm gonna have to drug
sure.
test that opinion. I have to drug test that opinion.
All right. How about for Dominic Szoboszlai? JK, what was your rating for Dominic Szoboszlai?
I think he did okay when he came on, bro.
I did too.
He looked lively. Kept it flowing, you know. We won the game. Yeah. We didn't let no goals in. I just feel sometimes we see good parts of him. His interacting with the players, like the 1-2s, them type of stuff, he's really good at. So for me, him and Curtis need to work out a system if they're playing together where they can keep that going. Get the ball, pass it on, get the ball, pass it on. And I think Dominic Szoboszlai is really good at that. Little flicks, little 1-2s and stuff like that. So I just want to see a bit more of that in the game. He started off as sub, so I'll give him a 65, bro.
Okay.
And I want to say peace to you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
crazy.
Good evening.
I had him at a 65 too. All right.
There you go,
bro.
That works. Great minds think alike.
There you go.
You going, JK?
Yeah, we'll go now, guys.
Okay. Sounds
Take
good.
care,
Sounds
brother.
good. Thank you, JK.
Oh, it was great having been on. Take care, Nilante, Brian. On Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll quickly say my man of the match, if that's cool.
Oh yeah, give your man of the match.
Okay.
And also tell the people when you will be available to do a fantasy football because FPL is going to be back in effect this weekend. So
yeah, I think Friday will be cool, bro.
Okay.
We can do that. That's no problem. For me, I have two sort of man of the matches. Like Diaz for me, like someone was on about the 100. I will give him 95 Diaz for his rating anyway. And I think Kanate, who was the second close second, so I'm going to give Diaz man of the match. But Kanate and even Kelleher and Salah, them three were really like top class yesterday. But Diaz is my guy for that man of the match.
Okay.
Blessings, people.
Peace. Bless up.
Take care, man.
Brian, you get Robbo. Since Robbo did get some minutes, he's the last on our list here. What are you going to do, Robbo?
60. Give him a 60.
Yeah. 60.
Came in. Yep.
I wasn't the score I gave him, but okay.
Came in just yeah. How many minutes?
He got. Give me 1 second. He got. She got in the 80th minute. Or excuse me, yeah, the 80th minute.
Yeah, 55. So 55.
He did, KJ. He did. He should get a little shout for that because that last goal was a result of him coming in and doing a tackle, giving a good tackle, not being scared to make that tackle too. It was looked at as being maybe they tried to say maybe it was a foul, but I don't think it was. I think he won the ball before, clipping the player. Milante, you get Connor Bradley. If you are able and available, maybe not. If not, I can always give it to the chat to do. Okay.
I mean,
I think Monte's in the middle of something. So, chat, please tell me what you guys thought of Connor Bradley's play. He got in at the 81st minute, and had a couple of defensive runs. Probably got a 70 from KJ, 55 from Max. Okay, those are two different games. Anybody else want to give a rating for Bradley? 65? Okay. So 55, 65, 70, 65. Okay. Let's say probably somewhere between 65 and 70. It's a good score. 67. 70. Okay, 72. Okay, there's a lot more. He did lock him up. He did lock him up with a couple of things. Talking about Florian Wirtz, he did. He played him well. I think Trent was did a good job too. Well, how about for Arnie Slot? No, I see the latte is back. You'll be first to rate our coach. What did you think our manager should get as a rating, Nolante?
Oh, no problem. So I'll give Pep Linders 85 for Pep Linders. Pep Linders, 85?
Yeah, that's legit.
Oh, sorry, Arnie Slot. Oh, my apologies. Oh, there. Oh, sorry. I was thinking Pep Linders. Oh, my apologies. All look the same, eh? All look the same. Oh, Arnie, how are you doing, mate? Good old Arnie Slot. Nice to meet you. 85 for you, Arnie.
There you go. There you go. How about for you, Brian?
Yeah, Delante stole my Pepin's bit. Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
No, you're cool. Look, not great for a while. You know, not great for a while. Like you said, shadow boxing, tit for tat, 0-0 for an hour. All of a sudden, I think yeah, it sounds obvious to say it, but it was the gap between the first and second goal that knocked them for 6. They went 1-0 down. He's thinking, okay, I can change. I can do something. And it was, I think, 2 minutes later, we were 2-0 up. And then it was like, oh, all right, okay, there's a whole other set of problems. So, reluctant to go too much. Like with Brighton, we came back and won the game. Didn't look great for a long time. So, still only giving him a 70, to be honest with you. Still only giving him a 70.
Okay. And what did I have? I saw all the ratings. There's a wide variety of ratings. I got a 78 simply because of the first half, but 72. No, wait, my bad. That's not. That might be no. That's for Connor. So 92 from Philip, an 85 from KJ, a 95 from Red Armchair Supporter. Bernie gave him a 90 for the first half performance, dropping them off 10 points for that. 95 from Max. KJ says that he doesn't like the first half tactic. We've played too tired the opponent out in the first half. I've been relaxed, but it's been a hard watch the last 2 first half games. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Dr. Sleep, Max. Dr. Sleep.
Red Armchair Supporter says for putting Diaz up front and him getting a hat trick alone merits a top score. I would agree with that too. I agree with that. Let's see.
90 from Jimmy.
Yeah, I see that. I might have to bring the score up. At least I can.
Well, I was way off. I was on a 70. You were on what, 78?
Yeah.
What do you say, Nolante? What did you say for slot? Or have you gone yet? What did you say?
Yeah, you went first.
Oh, for Pep Linders, 85.
Yeah, 85.
No, yeah, 85. Yeah, I was saying it's 80, right? Okay, yeah. So
I'll keep it at the 85. I think we all know who the man of the match will most likely be, but just so you can get your vote in, please do put your man of the match vote in there. Brian, do you have a man of the match?
oh yeah, Lucho. Yeah.
Nolante?
Second, Brian.
Yeah. I'm going with the third. If there's any shouts in the chat for a different man of the match, be sure to put it in there so we can all see who you wanted to give the props to. But I think it is
I know
safe
there was a couple of shouts earlier on for Ibu. There was a couple of shouts for Well, not a couple of shouts, but there was a Gakpo, there was an Ibu.
4-0, definitely 4-0. Yep, it was this right here. That's what the board read. That's what the board read. Because of goals like this, that's what that board. And because of a performance like that, yeah, Diaz, Nunez, a shot for Nunez. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, no, he's actually going Diaz. He's saying man of the match Diaz. He's just shouting for Nunez. He's just saying man of the match.
I got you.
Okay,
CuJo gave it to Jones. CuJo.
His personal one, yeah, which is fair. I mean, if we look there, we've got like Monaco and third. Like, people need not worry about all these big teams, man. They'll all be fine. We're right up there. We can't not do anything. Monaco is in quite well, actually, aren't they? Arsenal Inter is currently still 1-0, so that'll all change. Yeah. A lot of games still being played right now, but goal difference +9.
Arsenal is 5-2 in their game. Bayern, that Bayern game has started. It started late because it was postponed, but it has started late, so they're only in the 76-minute currently.
Was that in Germany? Was it?
Yeah, it was in Germany.
Oh, it's probably because trains. JK will tell you the trains, like there's this myth the trains that they're good. No, trains in Germany are as bad as they are in England for running late, especially when they're busy and not being on time and all that shit. So JK was probably about the trains.
1-0.
Arsenal are trying for this.
Arsenal right now, really trying for this. What's that? Arsenal is in the 90th minute.
Yeah, he left Bastoni on the bench. He left Barella on the bench. No, they weren't injured. He just didn't start Bastoni. Didn't start Barella. Barella is on now, but he took off Lautaro Martinez after an hour. Made a triple sub on the hour. Took off Lautaro.
No, Thuram.
Brought on Thuram. Yeah, Thuram came on for basically in the 3 subs that they made.
Oh, he did. Oh, he came on.
Yeah. They brought on Mkhitaryan, Thuram, and someone else when they brought off Lautaro. Yeah, they brought on Barella. Didn't start Bastoni, but he's fit. I mean, okay. Oh, Havertz just got his. Oh, that's not nice. Oh, shit. No, not nice. Very not nice.
That's it.
Oh yeah, Havertz just looks like he basically got a headbutt in the face, and now his face is bleeding. But they were going up for a ball. Him and Thuram going up for a ball at a corner, and just one of those things. But yeah, he's pissing blood basically out of his face. And Odegaard is coming on, so Odegaard is back.
Oh, he's the saviour. The saviour is back for Arsenal, so they say.
Well, junk minutes, like you say, dude. It's 1 minute and 20. It's 2 minutes into +5 of added time that they're bringing on Odegaard.
Yeah.
I mean, is it John? I don't. Yeah. John. I mean, maybe they think they can get a equalizer from him.
Well, but it's in added time at the end of the game's over. It's plus 90 minutes, so he's probably going to get about 2 minutes. But I mean, it shows that he's fit. Yeah, Jimmy, he got a bad one, man. He got a bad one, like out of his nose. It's just like, yeah. But he hit the back of someone else's head. Is it Bisic or something like that?
Oh, looks like Madrid has got a last-minute winner. PSG, the big game.
Yeah, that was the big one tonight. Arsenal's crap, going to end up 6th. Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, all through injuries.
Has lost their game at home Atletico Madrid 2-1. Brest has won 2-1. Atlanta, excuse me, is a 2-0 winner over Stuttgart. 1-0, as we spoke on earlier, about Club Brugge over Aston Villa, and Young Boys lost 2-1. Monaco was over 1-0 over Bologna, and we're still waiting on the final from the other 4 remaining games. One of them will go a lot longer than the others, but we're waiting on the final of the extra time from these games being in extra time. And there'll probably be some extra added time, even with the Havertz injury right there, too. Let's see. Feyenoord. Feyenoord is losing 3-1 to RB Salzburg, and Barcelona again is up 5-2.
Yeah, big up Bobby Clark. He's from what I'm reading, he's having a good game tonight for Salzburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that Salzburg coach, man, he's a fake. He's a fraud.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name again, Brian?
I don't know.
Some Dutch fraud. Some
Dutch?
guy.
No, yeah. Brian, you're lying. You can't be, mate.
Yeah, some random Dutch fraud. I don't know who he is. Yeah, whatever his name is.
Oh, all right, Brian. I mean, if you can, Brian, please, I'll be very grateful for you to let the chat.
I'll have a look there. Yeah, someone in the chat can remind. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he's little, Barbara Carter book releasing type Dutch.
Yeah, I mean, sounds a bit of a piece of work. That's Dutch coach.
Huh. What the? Kareem, he missed his penalty. Kareem Kanate missed his penalty kick. I guess. That's a shame. He missed it. Hit the woodwork, but it looks like he put it in anyway. He's still got a brace right now, currently on 2 goals in that game. This is the table as it sits. We sit atop the table. What's wild is Sporting CP is in the 2nd spot along with Monaco at 10 points.
Huge win for them last night. Sporting, man. That game last night against City. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, dig. I got you, KJ. Borussia Dortmund, 9 points. Villa, 9 points. Obviously, they lost today, so they're not going to extend that. That's the reason why we sit alone at that top spot, because Villa lost today. Their loss put them in a spot in 5th place now. City with 7. We're looking all the way down again. Like I said, if you look at this table here, has them at 17 points, but the current standings, actually, the live table has Real Madrid in 18th place. Bayern is in 17th place. Some more notable teams. Juventus in 11th. Manchester City has dropped from that 6th spot all the way down to the 10th spot with the current live table. It's pretty wild. But again, pretty wild stats and stuff. But that's gonna bring us to the end of our show here. Let me bring this down as we just wait for a little something. I'm gonna try to stick around for some of these games to go final. Looks like RB Salzburg, the team that who coaches RB Salzburg again? That team won today, like you said earlier. You said the name. I wasn't listening, actually. Sorry. And then also Barcelona has gone final with 5-2. And we already spoke on PSG's loss. We're waiting on this Arsenal game to go final. It has not gone final yet. But they are
Dutchy Van Fraud. That's his name.
Dutchy Van Fraud is what the
Fraudy Van Dutchy coach, I think is his full name. 7-8 minutes.
Wow, Odegaard is coming in for came in for Havertz, but he came in because of the injury. I got you.
Oh man, Havertz looked like he just gone 5 rounds with Mike Tyson in one blow. Like, you know that it's always weird, like when two guys go up for like and they clash heads, like there's always like one guy that doesn't even feel it, and the next guy, the other guy's got like a broken nose. He's like, oh shit, man, what happened there? That was it. Like, he headbutted the back of the other guy's head when he was jumping up. He just, the other guy just was like, oh, I think something hit me on the back of the head there. Havertz is like, yeah, my face, dude. Blood pouring out of his nose, the whole thing. Yeah, game over. Game Arsenal, man, in Europe. They are just shocked.
If you thought the internet was fun when teams lose,
can you put up the thing again? Can you put up again? Sorry, no. Can you put up the tabling, because we're Arsenal on that?
This was the table as of yesterday. This table
they're ninth. Oh, they're ninth. Sorry, they were ninth.
Yeah, this table has been adjusted. I can tell you what the table is. It has been adjusted. So it's Liverpool, Sporting, Monaco, Brest, Inter, Barcelona, Dortmund, Villa, Atalanta, Manchester City in 10th place, Juventus in 11th, Arsenal in 12th place, Lille, Celtic, Dynamo, Bayern, Real Madrid in 18th place, Benfica in 19th place, Milan in 20th place, Feyenoord in 21st, Club Brugge in 22nd, Atletico Madrid, who got the win today, in 23rd, and ending out PSV is in 24th place. At this current moment, PSG would, if it was to end today, it doesn't, but if it was to end today, PSG would not be making the playoffs. They would be out of the knockout stages. That's probably the biggest thing. Maybe Leipzig, RB Salzburg is in there, but
the likes of Lille, and Zagreb and Benfica, like they'll qualify for the knockout bit, but they'll end up playing the big teams that don't get through. But there's still the option. There's still the chance that if the Real Madrid, say Real Madrid don't get the top 8, they go into the thing and they get drawn against Celtic or something. They still have to go out and do it. They still have to win that.
By the way,
playoff game. So
big up to Lucho for finding the game ball. I'm hoping that's him. That's the actual game ball that he found. I know that they use different game balls throughout the entire match, but he mentioned it in his interview that he wanted to go and find the game ball because he wanted to take it home with him. So that's why.
Get the one you scored the third one with. At least
what's that?
One. Yeah, at least get the one you scored the third one with, because like you said, the multi-ball thing, you have no idea which one you actually. So at least get the one that.
Right. At the end of the game, I think the ball wasn't there. Yeah, at the end of the game, he was like, he wasn't around the ball, I guess, or something like that. So if someone else scooped it up for him, or hopefully they did. But that is Lucho. Well, big Lucho smile. Big up, Lucho. Big up.
Big up.
Yes. That is all. We have gone final, like you said, in all these games, except for the Bayern game. It's still going on. Again, that's in the 90th minute now. And it has 1-0 still as a score. Bunch of stuff's going on with our club in the sense of we're trying to get signatures done. We've got players that are in incredible form. We've got new managers setting records. We have a lot of going on. We have like a nice little winning streak going on now too. But there is another team that is going through some harsh times right now. It's kind of glad. I know that the whole 3 or 4 people that are on the internet that follow them will probably be pretty hard struck to see this graphic, but I did see this graphic. And it is pretty wild to say that Manchester City are on some hard settings right now. They're in some difficult times for Manchester City. The last 3 results in all competitions. This is their last 3 results in all competitions. 2-1, 2-1, 4-1 the Sporting. I did not draw those tears on Pep, by the way. But I don't think I don't know if I don't believe they're real either. So just so you know.
No blood, no fouls in the chat.
Oh, there you go.
Chris Angel.
There you go.
I can't sing the Earth Angel song. I wish I could sing the Earth Angel song. I love that song. But yeah. Anyway, so Chris Angel. There we go. We were looking for you earlier on, dude, when we were talking about Diaz and his central role and all those kind of things. So yeah, well, better late than never. But we were looking for you earlier on, man.
Yes. Manchester City going through some hard times right now. It is very interesting to see what happens when you lose a very integral part of your team to injury. Go figure. It definitely affects your ability to maintain the type of form that you possibly had with that individual in your team. But currently they are on something you don't say too often, and that is a 3-game in all competitions, 3-game losing streak. That is pretty wild to say. But I hope it goes to 4. How about that?
That's it. You got to be there when they do it. You got to be there when they do it.
Exactly.
And we have been so far. We've seen it a load of times before. Teams drop points. We have a game. This is their chance. And then boom, we go and drop points.
Yep.
But right now, we've been just putting up the points because we'll get to see it again when we play Villa. They will have played in the half. We play at 8:00. They play in the 5:30 game.
Mm-hmm,
so we'll already know their result.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have it'll all be in front of us again. So how do you take that? We'll know if they lose again. I mean, it's unlikely, right? Who are they playing?
For City. For City,
Tottenham.
yeah.
I think it's Tottenham, isn't it?
I think it's Tottenham, but I'll double check.
Yeah.
Schedule, actually.
Yeah, they're playing Tottenham at 5:30, and we're playing.
No, they play Brighton.
That's
Brighton.
Right. Yeah,
Brighton. Sorry, yeah, Brighton at 5:30, and we play Villa at 8. So if they've lost, we'll know.
Yep. They go to. They're going to venture to the Seagulls, to the Amex Field, and
even a draw, and we'll
be phenomenal.
It'll give us a chance to go.
A loss, whatever. I do not care, as long as.
But even let's just say, let's not be too hyperbolic. Let's just say they got a draw, and we won. That would give us a chance to go, I think, 5 ahead of them, right? With no games in hand.
No games in hand.
Like none of that bullshit.
Yeah,
It'd be
that's
straight
big.
up 5 ahead.
Right.
So if Brighton could get a draw against them, we beat Villa, which I think is a very realistic set of results, considering how we've seen Brighton play against us and them not playing very well. Villa being shit, just got beaten by Brugge, us playing really well.
Yep.
I don't think that's too unrealistic that by Sunday morning we could be 5 points ahead of them with no bullshit in between. No, like we say, no goals, no games in hand or anything like that.
That's one of those moments where you just say, just breathe, people, just breathe. You know?
You can lose a game and they can win a game, and at worst, you'll still be 2 points ahead of them. At worst, you have that cushion then, you see. And that cushion is, it's underrated. To be able to lose a game or draw a game, and even if you're the guy that's behind you, even if he wins, he still can't catch it. You can make a mistake.
Yep.
That's a nice place to be.
Yep. But they will be looking to definitely bring the pain in that game.
I don't know, man. I like Brighton. Brighton, they're going to play. Brighton against City. That to me has one of those.
Yeah.
Even in a normal season, I'm not sticking 100 quid on City there. It's like, no, I might back off that one a little bit because it's fucking Brighton.
Yeah.
They can go and score 3 against anybody.
Yeah.
Especially at home. So I wouldn't, that's not one of those, City win that one. No.
True.
Definitely not.
Well, we shall see. We shall see, people. We'll see if it ends up being 3 games, 3 losses for all competitions for Arsenal. We'll see if it can go to 4 games, all competitions for City, something that I don't think anyone really had on their bingo card. But we shall see if we get it tomorrow, or not tomorrow, should be this weekend. If we do, fantastic, and especially if we can end up getting our game underhand as well against Villa at home. Not going to be an easy one, but certainly one that we should or could win. Could and should win. It's another must win for us again this Sunday. Yeah, I know. I heard one of real. I'm gonna be. We're on the tarmac. We're gonna be ending the show here, but one of the
Saturday, KJ. Saturday.
Yes. One of the funniest.
In case you're planning your weekend, it's Saturday.
Because the football terrace had they have this show where they do they have Hussam and they have the judge or Mo, right? And Hussam and Mo often argue even more intensely than me and Brian do, and they were in the middle of going back and forth, and Terry just sits there and just laughs and watches it and laughs. But there was a comment by Mo where he goes, "Yeah, and Liverpool will have to keep on winning. They'll have to go on and keep on winning to have any bit of a chance at winning the title." And I'm like, is that really going to take? Of course we have to keep on winning. We're not gonna you have to win until you don't have to win. But I mean, it was a weird take for him to say they have to keep winning. And I was like, okay, that's brilliant deduction there, my guy. But it's all good. It's all good. I understand why some of these shows don't ask me to be a part of their panels.
I thought you were on for a minute. I thought you were on Anfield Road TV tonight.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, because he put he just wrote the thumbnail. It's like 3-0 yada, and then Anfield's 12th man or something.
No.
To make a reference, I was like, you're on that for a minute.
No.
A lot of these people, man, they get uncomfortable. They're fine when they're surrounded by people who they know are just going to talk about trash. So they just have to talk trash. But then every now and again, it's just like they'll meet someone that like, no, I don't want to talk to that guy because they have to they don't want to hear like normal facts and mature kind of ideas or whatever.
Right.
They prefer reacting to. It's easier to react to somebody who's like a total nutcase.
Right.
Then someone just lays things out. Yeah. So it's like, no, don't bring that. He'll bring on some kind of uncomfortably true facts or something. It's like, no, bring on that crazy guy that's going to rant about mad shit. Yeah, bring him on.
Yep. Bayern is going final, by the way, people. Bayern is just going final. It is Bayern 1, Benfica 0. So Bayern has won that game.
Benfica need a striker, obviously. They could get one. I think they used to have a guy. I think his name was Darwin Nunes.
They used to. Yeah. And they also and Vincent Kompany, more power to him. He has done well for Bayern. I don't necessarily know if they're doing well in the Champions League, but in league they're doing well. I'd have to double check.
No shit, Sherlock.
What's that? The no.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Lee said no shit, Sherlock. I'm not sure what that was. But
That's
I'm sure
for you have Liverpool have to keep winning.
Oh, that was someone else's.
Yeah, it's just silly talking. Like you hear someone say, like, yeah, of course you have to keep on winning.
Oh, that thing. Yeah. These people, we're cool. Like we can now afford to just ease off a little bit. Is that what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, with this Champions League stuff, we don't have to go. All these people that are looking at the table. Oh shit, man, we're 18. Like we're this, we're that. We need to do that. Like we can just sit back and chill and relax and let everybody else. Look at Arsenal tonight, man. Look at Arsenal tonight. You know.
Yeah.
They now have to go and win another game, do this, that. We've done it now. We're over.
I think Bayern where is Bayern on this list? That's what I was looking for real quick. I don't think they're doing too well in the actual Champions League, though. They're doing well in Germany. I know that.
Yeah.
Bayern sits at 17th in this list. 17th in the list. 18th. The Real Madrid at 18. Bayern's at 17. So people, let us allow for you to get on with the rest of your day. But we wanted to always say that we appreciate the fact that you took your time out of your day to share it with us and to help us by hitting the like button or leaving a comment or sharing or whatever you feel is appropriate. We appreciate the fact that you did it and that you are showing love to another Red. And we do honestly do appreciate that. Brian, is there something you'd like to say to the people before we let them go?
Sorry, I was just watching something. No, totally, man. Thanks for being here tonight, as usual, everybody, and hopefully we'll see everyone again tomorrow. But yeah, no, just thanks for being here. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Max, you know what? If you want, look in the library for the channel, and you will come across, because we broke down, we did a show on how the new Champions League, how the Swiss model works. You'll see it. It's called you'll actually see I think the thumbnail is like I think it's like Miss Switzerland or something like that, holding a Champions League trophy. If
it's
you want,
a pretty lady. It's the pretty lady.
Yeah. We break it down as to how all the coefficients worked, how the league actually is all about 4 home games, 4 away games, but it could be you don't play 2 teams twice, so there's no home away fixture. We break it all down for you in that episode, and it's worth it if you're into those kinds of episodes where it's like a learning experience as opposed to just a debate forum. So I know, Lee, PSG are 25th. 25th. Pretty incredible. Sitting on the door of being knocked out. Yep.
Yeah, Max is basically right. Yeah, the top 8 teams will immediately qualify.
Yeah.
The bottom 8, I think it is. It's not a 6. I think are immediately relegated, and then everybody left in between that plays a series of knockout playoff games to make up a last 32, and then it just becomes a standard knockout last 32 competition or last season. So quarterfinals, semifinals, fine. So yeah.
I wanted Villa to win as well, by the way, KJ. It sounds weird, but I did want Villa to win because I didn't. Sometimes when you have teams when you have good teams, you might see them lose a game. You might see them lose 2 games in a row, or maybe even a 3rd game in a row. But it's very difficult to see teams lose 4 games, 5 games in a row, 4 or 5 games.
So I don't know.
That are top tier teams, teams that are competing. for Europe or for top 4? I don't.
Well, yeah, maybe, but I said I'd rather beat them. I'd rather play them when they're losing on a losing streak than when they're on a way back up. I wanted them to lose, and I want them to be down in the dumps. I want them to be all that, because it's already a tough ask going to us. Like, even if they were playing well, I'm backing us against them at home.
Oh, okay. I see why
So,
KJ wanted them to do well. Understood.
Okay, yeah, KJ's a Brummy, yeah. KJ's a Brummy.
So I understand. Yeah, we definitely want to get out of this
Max.
Champions League format at the top of the table, because if we are at the top of the table, we won't have to play the extra. There's an extra round for some of the teams that they'll have to play to get to the knockout round. So we definitely want to avoid that.
And just to expand on it quickly, we have 12 points right now. 15 pretty much guarantee you get in that top 8.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing pretty consistently.
Yeah, so like even 12 might do it right now. Probably not, but like we only have to win one more game out of 4.
Yeah.
But like 15, you're guaranteed. So we're already pretty much in that top 8, which is where everybody wants to be, is in that top 8. So you don't have to do the second round, and obviously you don't want to be in the bottom bit where you get relegated. But everybody else has 2 more games to play. You just sit there, wait for them to play each other, and then find out who you get in the. Then it becomes a traditional knockout format, like it used to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just get to sit there and watch them all. They play each other, and one more win, and that's us. We're done. We're sorted.
Yep. Let's play safe and win all 8. There you go. All right. That's all you can. Hey, if you win all your games, you write your own destiny. So you're absolutely right about that. Again, Nolante, is there anything Irishman said? You said your final thought, right, Irishman? Let me sure.
Oh yeah, no, it'd just be if it would be nice if we did. Yeah, if we bet Madrid, it would just. I reckon it would then be almost mathematical at that stage. It would be nice to be the first team to mathematically do it. Where it's like, we could lose all our remaining games and still be top 8. We're not far off that, like. But
I think that'd be great too. Like if we can get to us, again, that's another reason why if we beat Real Madrid,
play the kids.
We can start playing. Get other people involved in those Champions League games against teams that we could possibly still beat too, even with substitute us a highly rotated squad.
Yeah, who's left? Real.
Because after Real Madrid's like one of the last, I want to say last hard teams that difficult teams.
They kind of are though. Yeah, there's Real. The other isn't there? Because there's 4. There's Real and 3 other games.
Right. So we play Real Madrid, then we play Girona at Girona. We play
Lille.
Lille. Make sure where we play them now. We play them at home. Then we play PSV at PSV.
Yeah. Nice.
So I mean, those are our remainder games, and would I like to see a rotated squads? From that, all things considered. I mean, that PSV game, for instance, we have a home match against Ipswich, and then we go to PSV, and then we return to go to Bournemouth. For the Lille match, it's the same thing. We had that Ipswich game that I just spoke of after, but then before that we have Brentford. We travel to Brentford for that game before the Lille game, and then for the Girona game, We have Fulham at home after that game, and we have Everton before Girona. So that's gonna be a tough one.
Well, KJ is saying Lille will be the toughest game out of the rest. Like, are you including Real Madrid in that, KJ, or you mean after? I'm assuming after Real Madrid. Because Lille is a good team.
Lille's a good team. I think the benefit of what we don't have to face with Lille, KJ, in my opinion at least, is that we at least face them at home as a home game against Lille.
Yeah.
I liked how a lot of our games fell.
French teams don't travel well.
Right. Like the games that we as in the games we had to worry about. Because Lille is
PSV beat Girona.
They're a decent team. In the last 10, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 wins, 4 draws, and 1 loss in all of their competitions so far. In all competitions for the last 10 games. And they just drew against Juventus at home in their last Champions League game, and before that, they beat Atletico Madrid 3-1. But yeah, be nice, be definitely nice. So, people, with that said, we're going to end the segment here. Nolante, do you want to say anything to the people before we let them go? Maybe. I see you don't have your mute on anymore, so. But maybe you're having a problem for Mike. Okay, no worries. I think Nolante might be having a problem with his mic. I hear it kind of trying to talk, speak, but I don't hear anything. There he is.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Do you want to say something before we let people on with their Wednesday?
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
it's that time again.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. This is a great show. And again, as we do, in words, the most of the hosts, 12th Man Podcast, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell your friends. Got my boy on Sunday, Negative G's, he's a subscriber. So big up to yourself. And Brian, the fine Irishman, always with the controversy, always the hard-hitting news, ready to go one-on-one with anything about debates. Who, if you didn't know, and Brian, can you repeat your favorite manager again, that Dutchman? Can you just remind me, Brian? Your guy.
Oh, Johan Linders, or it's Pep Cruyff, or something like that. I can't remember. I'll look it up.
Look it up.
Just for that, and Brian will get back to you in tomorrow's show. We'll name the review of that manager. Yeah. Bit of a hard one. But ladies and gentlemen, as they say in French, un, deux, trois, quatre, 4 to the Spurs and 0 for Bayern Leverkusen. Alonso, he's in our hearts, but yesterday at 4-0, we had to depart. So Germany, they go back to the woods, where we go on Saturday, and Aston Villa come to Anfield in the hood. So, ladies and gentlemen, 4 out of 4, we march on, and we know who we've got next in the Champions League. But I'm going to hold back on those rats in white and another podcasts. So, ladies and gentlemen, top of the league, top of the Champions League, and what do we say? The slot machine goes on. And the last thing I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, just left where 12 says his piece. Just remember that great basketball move by Jones and Diaz. You think about NBA Jam?
Yeah.
Talking about.
Boom shakalaka.
Thank you very much. And 12 just slam dunked it again. From me to Brian to 12. Then that though, ladies and gentlemen, I'll wrap up with saying, be safe. Thank you, Brian. Be safe. Please take care. One of the network. Sayonara. Bonjour. Au revoir.
Konnichiwa.
Merci.
Yeah. There you go. Sayonara. Definitely. Yes. People, thank you. I guess in the immortal words of Pep Linders, I would say I feel very grateful and blessed to be able to call myself a Red along with you. And I would also like to say I hope that you join us tomorrow for our for our next episode for sure. So until then, as always, I like to say up the Reds, people, up the Reds as always. Take care, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.